this August to watch the world's best water skiers in action. Don't miss it!
Best water skiers in the world compete at the 2019 World Waterski Championships in Putrajaya, Malaysia.
The soul of Asia is surely here. This beautiful Malaysia. You will love the colors of Malaysia, where the sun loves to shine on sandy beaches and clear waters, with smiles on friendly faces. This land is beautiful, it steals your heart away. This land is paradise, only a smile away. The soul of Asia, the essence of Asia. In this land where dreams come true, Malaysia. Malaysia is truly Asia. People smiling everywhere, showing you how much they care. Welcome to Malaysia. This land is beautiful, it steals your heart.
Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome along to Putrajaya. Beautiful morning once again here as we are about to start our first final, folks. Welcome along to everyone on site, all our athletes of course, supporters, and absolutely welcome to everybody on webcast land. I'm sure you're all tuning in, ready. We're starting to worry because we're about 5 minutes late coming on air, but we are not too far away from a start now. As the boat, I think, is almost completed its phantom passes, because we're doing 8 up and backs here, or well, 4 up and backs. We're doing 8 passes of phantom passes or dummy runs with the boat, just to get that wave pattern the same for all our competitors. I think we're ready to go. And our first competitor in this World Championship Ladies Slalom Final, just 16 years of age, out of Queensland in Australia. It's Sadie Ferguson. Got a personal best of half on the 10.75, of course. Scored half at 11 to make it into the final. And Sadie Ferguson, young superstar of the sport. Great to see an Australian making the slalom final. Probably the world of water skiing expected Emma Haberman to make it into that final, but unfortunately Emma didn't. But the Aussies have got Sadie in, so which is great news. So let's just run down the order here now. We've got 12 in the final, of course, as per world rules. Sadie Ferguson, Australia first up. Then we go to Italy, Alice Bagnoli. The German, Gina Kruger. Then Selena Dietrich from Belgium. Maria Kuglevan from Peru. Brooke Baldwin out of the United States. The Kiwi, Jamie Metcalf. So excited. A lot of people back home in New Zealand will be watching this, I'm sure. Amber Frank from France. Whitney McClintock-Reaney. Jamie Bull from Canada, Regina Jacques, the world record holder from the United States, and Manon Costard from France. We're on the water, folks. Here comes Sadie Ferguson. This will be 14.25 metre line to start. I'm joined in commentary, of course, expert comments from Jarrett Llewellyn. We'll hear from him, I'm sure, at the end of this pass. Beautiful conditions here, just 9 o'clock in the morning at Putrajaya, and it is glass calm, and Sadie Ferguson I will confirm the line length for you once we get going here, but I'm reasonably certain that was 14.25.
Yeah, it was 14.25. Beautiful pass. Conditions are ideal out here today.
So the program for today, folks, we have the women's slalom final obviously just underway. Then we have men's trick final following the slalom. And then we're going to finish off the elimination round, seed 1 of ladies jump that got cut short by the storm a couple of days ago. So relatively quiet day compared to yesterday, of course. I think we had over 11 hours of skiing consecutively yesterday. Today, probably 5 or 6 hours of skiing. So a nice little neat finals day package. And then, of course, that means with the postponement of the elimination round of women's jump that we've moved the final of women's jump through to tomorrow. So tomorrow, of course, we'll have men's slalom final, ladies trick final, and then ladies and men's jump finals. So plenty of exciting action to come over the next couple of days.
So Sadie's a superstar coming up. She's just coming on fire in the last couple of years and has a ton of titles under her name with Junior World Jump Champion, Slalom Bronze at the under-21s, Bronze overall. So she's just coming on fire. Coming back in on her second pass here.
Yep, into 2 balls she goes. 13-metre line, round 3, looks on time and early, no problems at all here for Sadie Ferguson. Heads around 5, cross to 6, and nice pass. Good morning to everybody, of course, in Australia watching this. Just a little bit after 11 o'clock, of course, on the eastern seaboard of Australia. A little bit after 8 o'clock on the west coast. The Aussies will be tuning in. A lot of Australian fans, of course, and they'll be enjoying this young superstar, Sadie Ferguson, slaloming.
Yeah, she's won Junior Momba for quite a few years, and unfortunately here she had a mishap in the trick event earlier. She is a really strong overall skier. That's too bad here, but she can redeem herself here in the slalom final.
Yeah, Junior World Jump Champion, of course, and a medalist in slalom at both the under-17 and under-21 World Champs in the last 12 months. She's an absolute superstar. Great shot down there at the start dock. There we see Aussie team coach Ryan Green just having a few quiet words of encouragement, I'm sure, with his young protege Sadie as she waits down there. We've got a 50-second drop time at the start dock end, 60-second drop time up on the northern end, and we will have Sadie Ferguson coming up very shortly on the 12-metre line. Okay, here we go, 35 off, 12 metres for Sadie Ferguson. Women's slalom final at the 2019 IWWF World Championships. Looking pretty comfortable at the moment. Round 4 she goes. Across the 5. Oh, waits for 5. Well, that's a great pass. 12-metre line, Sadie Ferguson.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a shocking one ball there, a little bit of a losing the line, but got right back into it. Calm as can be and still finished it off really strong. So handling the conditions well. We'll see this one ball here. She just comes in. She looks pretty good, but just sits back and pushes on the back foot. Doesn't let the ski finishes and loses the line. But no problem at 2 ball. Right back in it. Ski hooks up really good edge change. Got kind of thrown inside the line a little bit. It coming into 3 ball there, but no problems there. She'll probably have to fix a few of those things for this next pass if she wants to get deeper into the line. So that's probably going through her mind, just getting reset, but conditions are ideal. Only 16 years old.
Yeah, she's got a huge future.
Just looking at her profile on World Water Skiers, she lots of career highlights. Skis on D3, and we were talking earlier that she had an injury a few years back, broken femur, which is pretty major injury.
Takes a bit to come back from, of course.
Yep.
Strong young lady.
So here's the pass, big pass.
This is it, 11.25. She had half in the elimination round. Let's see. Hopefully she can get a bit more than half on this round in the final. Round 1 she goes.
Nice.
Yep, not too bad. Round 2. Starting a little late. She needs a big 3 ball here. Does she get to 3?
That's.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
So we think 2.5. Just couldn't quite take the hit.
Yeah, that half is going to be really big. That's a little bit farther down the course would be nice. Might get you on the podium, but decent start. A little bit narrow there at 1 ball. Coming in. Good edge change. Gets a really decent turn out of 2 ball here. A little bit back, but ski hooked up pretty well. Pulls really long into 3 ball and decides to pretty much try to take the 3 ball and loses the line. And she needs to get back to the behind the boat before those yellow balls and just loses the line. So that's too bad. She only is going to get a half.
Yeah, so 2.5 will be the score for Sadie Ferguson. You can see what she was trying to do there, get the full 3 boys, but would have been very difficult to hang on to that.
Very impressive, though. Like, come out here and improve her score. 16 years old, be in the finals, and incredible score. That should help the Aussie team a little bit.
Yeah, well, Australia in the teams event currently sitting in 8th, but the team's title at the moment is a little bit skewed because we still haven't had the top 6 women's jumpers ski. So, and obviously Australia should get a lot of points from Jacinta Carroll. So they I'm sure will move up from 8th at
move
some
up.
stage.
That'll totally change everything. The whole overall, the women's overall, nothing's been decided yet. So
absolutely. Here's Alice Bagnoli now, 14-metre line to start. Yeah, but just the people are wondering with the teams event at the moment, we've got Canada leading ahead of France and then USA in 3rd. But as we said, the top 6 jumpers still to go. So in the ladies, and of course finals to come. So things will change. Beautiful opening pass, Alice Bagnoli from Italy. And I'll talk about it probably a lot more during men's tricks as well, but I'll just quickly mention the men's overall race at the moment. Just extremely tight, absolutely crazy how tight it is. Only 80 overall points separate the top 5 skiers at the moment. 80 overall points, to give you an idea, is equivalent of about 4 boys in slalom, 900 points in trick, or 4 boys in slalom, or 900 points in tricks, or 3 meters in jump. So we will talk a lot more about this in men's tricks, but at the moment Martin Coleman leads that men's overall, just ahead of Adam Sedemeier by absolutely nothing. And then
18 points.
18 points.
I mean, just basically nothing.
Yeah, that's a quarter boy or a half boy in slalom probably. Yeah. And then Thibaut Delan, of course, is in 3rd, Joel Poland in 4th, then Yilo Forchenko in 5th. Then we've got Doreen Llewellyn in 6th and Louis Duplat Freiberg in 6th and 7th. Now those 2 guys in 6th and 7th aren't even out of the race yet. Like mathematically, they still actually have a chance of doing it. So it's just so tight at the moment, the men's overall.
Yeah, and the guys that have moved on to the finals, I believe Louis and Dorian are the only ones. Those guys are still in only the trick finals, but they can make up in that ground. Some guys are. Martin is in 2 finals. Adam's in
3.
All 3 finals.
Yeah, which
so
helps him.
Yeah,
So
it definitely helps him.
So that's the overall. We'll talk a lot more about men's overall when we get into men's tricks. But here's Alice Bagnoli now, and this is, of course, his 13-metre from the northern end of this beautiful Lake Putrajaya here. That's a great pass, no problem at all. Warm-up passes, really, I think the first couple of passes for these girls. We're down to the 12-metre line now, though, for Alice Bagnoli from Italy, and this is when things get a little bit more serious.
Yeah, 32 off. 13er, it's got about 5.5 feet extra line. People at home, from the center of the course to the buoy, it's about 37.5 feet, 11.4 meters. So at the 38 off pass or the 11.25, you're actually short of the buoy. So we still have a little extra rope here at this pass, and this is kind of the warm-up passes. Everybody's feeling both ends, feeling out the conditions, getting in the groove, and by the 38 off pass, it's go time.
Absolutely. So to get on the podium, it's, we'll make predictions since we're probably not always right, but you would think to get on the podium in these conditions, you're probably going to have to run 11 metre, I would think, Jarrett.
Typically, yeah, I would say that,
Yeah.
but it's definitely going to be deep deep 11 and possibly running it. And
well, I mean, we had similar conditions in the elimination round, and we had 3 skiers run 11. So you'd think we're going to get another 3 do it here today, or maybe even 4 or 5. And so so just getting 2.5 at 11 is a great score from Sadie, but it's probably not going to be enough. Here we go, 12-metre line at the moment. Alice Bagnoli from Italy. This is, of course, 35 off. Oh, she's just bitten off a bit more than she could chew there, cranked it a bit. She's fallen around 1 at 12, so that is disappointing, Jared.
Yeah, everybody wants a really good start, get a really tight gate, and be right on top of one ball so that you just can stay ahead of the course. See if we can get a replay on that. And
yeah, it'd be nice to see a replay, but it probably isn't wanting to be watched too much by Alice, and it will be fairly quick because she didn't last long. So what happened here, Jared? I think she just went a bit hard, cranked it a little bit much.
yeah, just dropping on the inside shoulder, just not letting the ski finish. She just wanted to get right on top of that. Had a pretty decent gate. Good setup, was right on top of the right-hand gate ball, but just did not let that ski finish. And it's a little bit movie out there, so got to be patient in the turns. Got to create space, and you got to let the ski finish the turn. Watch a lot of skiers that are really good with their knees and staying centered over the ski are going to do well out here today. We've seen that in the preliminaries.
Yeah, disappointing though for Alice, as she's going to finish up at half on the 12-metre line. Next competitor representing Germany, of course, is Gina Kruger. Gina's a lovely young lady. Spent some time in New Zealand training a couple of years ago before Moomba. Skied a couple of the Kiwi tournaments.
Just so everybody at home that is watching, make sure you share the link to all your friends and family around the world. The World Water Skiers link on the World IWWF World page that they've created here, and if you could also go to World Water Skiers YouTube page and watch it direct from there. But all the links are on World Water Skiers under the World Tournament page that they have created, that all organizers could create their own pages and all be under one umbrella there.
Yeah, it's great what you guys are doing at World Water Skiers. There's a heck of a lot of opportunity there to expand the profile of our sport. We just need to get obviously more people involved, and not only skiers but tournament organisers, as you said. So I think it's only going to grow. It's a great initiative, and I mean, they're bringing us a webcast here, of course, your team at World Water Skiers. So thank you very much for that. Right, here we go, Gina Kruger now from Germany. She's got a personal best score on the 10.75, so 14.25 metre line to start. Here she goes, Gina Kruger. 14.25 metre line on that magnificent Nautique towboat. This is, of course, the finals, ladies slalom final at the 2019 IWWF World Waterski Champs in the beautiful city of Putrajaya. Really is a magnificent venue for a World Champs, well organised here, and that is a successful 14.25 metre pass.
Really good style here. Kind of a cakewalk for her. She's just feeling out both ends. Everybody's just kind of figuring out which end that they like. Some skiers I've heard like one end better than the other end, and at the far end they have a 60-minute wait, and at the other end they have a 50-minute wait. So some skiers are going to plan their attack and go out at different rope lengths, but really easy pass here. Textbook style.
Great shot there of the paparazzi. Oh, quick shot. Now here we go.
Yeah, there's a few cameras here.
Big cameras.
Lots of press.
Some great shots.
To see.
Yeah, it's been great coverage. You get back to the hotel room at night, you flick on the local Malaysian national news, and we've got sport TV coverage, of course, of these worlds and the sports news. Okay, here we go. 13-metre line now. Gina Kruger still leading this final is Sadie Ferguson with 2.5 at 11. Early doors yet though. Skier number 3 out of 12. Makes her way down the course here. 13-metre line. That's the 5, 6. Nice pass. Really nice pass. Just a settling in pass. It's going to get serious now. We'll take another metre off the rope and we'll go down to the 12-metre line. Yeah, probably the trick, so. I think Slalom, if you do tricks, he's going to release. And then Emma's going to come and do the jump, actually. Okay, which is cool. But
really good style here. Just steady as can be. Getting the hips up the end, locked in through the wakes, feeling everything out here, staying tall over her ski. Nothing's phasing Gina today.
yeah,
So that'll be good. Two good passes under her belt.
Really
so she
good.
knows what the conditions are. She's felt both ends, so now she's going to get to business.
warm-up passes though to be brutal, you know, like they're really, those first couple of passes are just, you know, there's no way any of these girls are going to miss their opening couple of passes, and this is when it gets a little bit more serious. So we get down to that 12-meter line.
Yeah, typically these girls are usually starting at 32 off, but here there's some of them are going out at the 28 because they want one end over the other. So this is her third pass. So here we go.
Yeah, 12-meter line now. Gina Kruger out of Germany. Into one she goes. She's back a little bit, but I think she's fine. Round two. Lost to 3 on the 12-meter line. Just a little bit higgly-piggly at the moment, but she is quite early out of 4 though. Round 5. Yeah, that's a good pass. Not the earliest or the smoothest 12-meter line she would have ever run, but she does get it. She up the gates reasonably comfortably in the end. And now we'll shorten on to that, the crucial pass really, the 11.25.
A good gate there. A little forward going through the gates on her front foot, which makes her a little bit narrow at one ball. Pull a little long into 2. Ski hooks up really good though. A lot better edge change there into 3 ball. Trying to get back into it. Coming up a little bit short there, but ski getting around, decent angle. Just scrambling a little bit here, breaking forward. Yeah, a little bit of a little short there, and losing the line a little bit. Trying to think just one more ball, and that sometimes can bite you. But out through the gate, 6 all that counts. What's on the paper.
Yeah, she managed the course pretty well. I mean, obviously she was late and lots of slack. It wasn't pretty, but she made sure she didn't fall off. She just skied boy to boy, really, and that's all that counts. You get 6 boys at the end. It doesn't matter how it looks, really, as long as you get that 6 boy count. This is the critical moment. Pretty certain that to get on the podium in this slalom final, you're going to have to run 11 meter. So Gina Kruger needs to get all the way through this pass, I believe, if she wants to be on the final. And on the podium. Round 1 she goes. Too bad to start on 1. She's getting a bit of trouble here on 2 though. She works hard for 3. She's got 3. She will get 3. She's going to end up taking the lead, Jarrett, which is significant and good on her, but it's probably still not quite enough. Put your hands together though. Gina Kruger, she goes down in front of the crowd from Germany. 3 on the 11.25 meter line.
Yeah, everybody is needing a really good start, and I don't think she quite got the 1 ball that she really wanted to get deep into the course. Three's respectable, but everybody's going to have to be deep or run it. And they know that. They know they need to get a good one ball. So we'll see how just getting a little bit of bounce there coming into one ball. Just coming in hot, losing the line a little bit, breaking forward, coming in a little bit hot. And just trying to manage the slack. Definitely at this point she's behind and decides just to take the 3 ball. So respectable score, but probably not going to be on the podium today.
Absolutely, but I guess it's better to be in the lead after 3 skiers than not. But yeah, you're right. I'm fairly certain with the conditions being good out there, and we did have 3 girls into 10.75 in the elimination round. I'm pretty certain that the podium will be on the 10.75 here today. Celine Dietrich now from Belgium. We've had 3. We have 9 competitors left in this latest slalom final. 14-meter line to start. Here we go through the entry gates. Round 1, solid start. Early as you like for 3 ball there. Waits for 4. This is looking very nice at the moment. Pretty to watch. Beautiful glassy calm morning. The Nautique looks great. Skiers skiing well, and it's just pretty to watch, isn't it? 14-meter goes down for Celine Dietrich from Belgium.
So interesting that most of these girls are starting at 28, so they're going from that end, coming back at 38 off. Probably the pass that they want to run. But the last 4 girls or so are probably going to go to the 32 off start and come back at that end from 39, and having the 38 from the other end start. So. Nice warm-up pass for her. She ran this pretty good.
Yeah, 4 language. Italian. 4 is already allowed. Yeah.
Right foot forward skier, right in a good, nice stand-up style around the buoy. Very centered. All the kids at home, look how all these top skiers are all stacked and have their hips connected and ride the line so well.
Yeah, it's really simple stuff there for Celine. Here we go, pass number 2. This is 13-meter line, green shortening. If you're watching the webcast and you've got one of those slalom ropes and you don't do a lot of slalom skiing or you open ski, oh geez,
no.
what has happened here? Oh, this is a huge upset. 13-meter line, really just a warm-up pass, I thought, for these girls, and I was in a relaxed kind of a morning slalom session there, and all of a sudden she's fallen off.
Man, that was a hard one, right on the face, and got some slack out of the buoy. Just tried to just deal with it and came through the waist, just yanked her out the front. We'll see that in replay. That'll be a hard one to.
Just shows you, we can't take it for granted. I've been taking the first couple of passes for granted here, and I apologise because it just shows you can never take anything for granted in slalom skiing.
Kind of conservative, right through the center of the gates, feeling it out. Probably thinking this is just a walk in the park, but like you said, she's looking really good here, way ahead of the course. She wheelies, sits back here, and just comes in and drops the shoulder in. And just forward, and just.
Wow. Just out the front, bit of a yard sale, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a mental mistake, just not, I don't know, staying in the, taking it too easy. You can't really take it too easy out there. You got to stay connected to the line, or this.
I was kind of chitty-chatting about social open water skiing, and that actually was almost like a social open water skiing kind of a fallout there,
Yeah.
It was really strange to see from one of the pros who just got a little bit over the front of the ski. Anyway, moving on now, we've got Maria Kuglovan now from Peru. Yeah, she was the young lady from Series 3, I think it was. that skied 2 days before every other skier in this final. So she's now, what, 4 days since she's had a slalom set.
Yeah, she's taken a few years off. She's, you know, graduated school, went off. She's working. She's in, I believe she's in Switzerland, and hasn't been skiing a lot, and kind of decided to get back into it. Started training this year, and had no scores, and went out very early and just rocked it, and just
Absolutely.
was top seed basically for the whole tournament.
She was, and yep. So she's found herself stuck down in with no scores, stuck down in series 3 or 4. But with a 2 at 11 in the elimination round, she led for a couple of days actually in the ladies slalom. This is 14.25 here to start.
Sebab ini yang masalah itu punya. Diorang
Very strong skier.
dia suruh move. You know. Lagi satu
She
ini
used to do all 3 events. Her sister's a great trick skier, and
kalau boleh jauh maknanya ini
I think
lagi.
she's just doing the slalom now just due to time on being on the water. But great opening pass.
Masih lagi kuat kan.
Kind of the dark horse here.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I expect her probably to go out and get a couple, 3, maybe 3 or 4 at 11 here, and keep upping the ante on the slalom final. So this is skier number 5 out of 7. Kind of once we get to our last 6 or 7 skiers, we start to get to the ladies that all have personal bests deep on the 10.75. So gives you a bit of an idea that the standard will continue to rise here. This is 13-metre line. I'm not taking this pass for granted anymore for these ladies as we watch Maria Kuglevan around 5 and 6 and completes that 13-metre pass.
Delphine is 28 years old, from Lima, Peru. Great start here. Down course a little bit at one ball, but no panic. She's just feeling it out. Great 2 ball. Ski hooks up. Good swing. Early as they're like. Down course a little bit there. You don't want to get too far down course and have to panic at the buoy and try to make up here. Want to give yourself some time and space. Nice and strong through the wake, but no problems there. Really good.
Yeah, so rope will be shortened from the 13-metre now down to the 12-metre line, from green to blue shortening. Right down there at the start dock end. It's kind of unique here. The skiers dropping right next to the start dock, which adds another sort of dimension because the coaches and supporters are able to chitty chat with them a little bit down there, just calm them down or give them some tips.
She was under 21 world champion back in 2000, slalom under world champion under 2011.
Okay.
So that's the only one that she has on her profile. So
that's a huge victory though, to
Yeah,
win an
it's a-
under-21 title in slalom or anything is magnificent. Here she goes across to 4 ball, 12-metre line, round 5. Good skiing. She is solid. Great skiing. Maria Kugleman, little fist pump there. She's onto the 11.25-metre line. Down to the northern end. Just watch the replay here, Jarrett.
yep, one-handed gate. You'll see a lot of skiers sometimes too, one-handed gate. Big thing is the edge change here, really solid. Good swing out here. Whoa, little tail slide. Pretty big 2 ball. Back in it at 3 ball. Leaning pretty hard, taking some speed, but pretty good. A lot better 4 ball.
Indonesia kat mana? Jakarta. Oh,
Solid at 5.
dekat je. Dan
Probably 2 ball shook her up a little bit, but no problem. She relaxed. She didn't panic, and good fist pump. She's pretty pumped
She's
about
happy.
that. She probably thought that 2 ball. Whoa!
I think she's probably exceeded her expectations at these Worlds. I think she's happy, you know, to run 12-metre both rounds at a World Champ. She's made a final. So current lead on this pass is, of course, 3, held by Gina Kruger from Germany. 3 at 11 is our current lead. So the first aim is to get more than 3 to take the lead. See how she goes. Needs a good start. We haven't actually had any of our slalomers yet really get a good start here at 11 metre at this end, and that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, great start.
Really good. Oh, she's
Oh,
laid
down
out a 2
course,
though for
yeah.
some reason. All the way to 3.
Oh,
Oh, that's interesting because I don't know. She seemed to have a great one ball, and we'll have to look at the replay here. But put your hands together. That's good skiing. 2.5, I think, on the 11.25.
yeah, great one ball here. Pretty tight to the right-hand gate ball. Pretty decent angle. Pretty good. It's pretty long here. And
Oh, the
just sits back and wheelies. It just doesn't get the angle out of 2 and pulls super long into 3.
Not
1.5.
too sure she went around 3 actually.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
don't know
heard the
if she-
final judge's call, but
So she's been number 2. Yeah, number 2.
two boys. There we go. Final judge's score. 2 boys in the 11.25 metre line. Maria Kuglerman.
You know, she was still smiling in the water there. She
Good
was
on
just
her.
happy to be out there and be at the World Championships again. Solid score for her. Parents are here walking around. Probably pretty proud of her. Both daughters in the finals, so that's pretty awesome to see.
Okay, now we get to our top 7 slalom skiers. We've got Brooke Baldwin next from the USA. Now, every one of these final 7 skiers has personal best either on 10.75 or 10.25, Jarrett. So we're really getting to the top notch now.
Yeah, this is the girl that could really open up the door. Like this,
Absolutely.
this girl could set the pace and really change what the rest of the girls have to shoot for here.
Yeah, Brooke Baldwin, of course, personal best on 10.25. Youngest lady in the history of our sport to run the 10.75. So she's got a magnificent record. Probably a little disappointed with her score on the preliminary round, but she is out here now with an opportunity to really put the heat on the rest of the field. I'm thinking this is 14 until I hear otherwise. I'm going to say that it's a 14 metre starter because she'd probably normally start at 13, so we'll get confirmation for you. Heading across now to 5 and 6. 14.25 is confirmed as her start length, and pretty basic stuff for Brooke Baldwin. The 14.25 as she heads down to the northern end. She will shorten now to the green shortening course, the 13 metre line.
Yeah, Brooke, left foot forward skier, so you'll see a little bit different style from one side to the other, depending on right foot or left foot forward skier. But Brooke's so centered, great style. Gets it right up over her right front foot, coming around the turn, and just best in the business. Like, she's just solid as a youngster.
Yeah, a bunch of US national age group records, of course. Under 14 or under 13 girls, under 17 girls, I believe. I think in the US it's girls 2 and girls 3, but national records. And of course, as we said, the youngest ever female slalomer to run at the 10.75 metre line. So she's certainly got the creds. Solid 3-event skier.
Riding a D3, she's been riding that for a little while. She's comfortable on the ski, looks really good for her.
Okay, here we go. This is 32 off for those of you watching in the United States. 13 metre line. Brooke Baldwin, great one ball. Oh, geez, slow out of 2. She needs a decent 3, and she gets it. I think she's back on this. Round 4. 5, and that's 13 metre line. Waits for 6. She had plenty of time on 6 ball, and she's out the exit gates, down to the start arc end. She'll shorten now to the 12 metre line, into the blue shortening. Ladies slalom final, women's slalom final at the 2019 World Waterski Champs.
There it is, she's standing right up over the ski. Just backsides one ball. Incredible here, but there's a little problem here at little forward coming into 2 ball. She just rears back, loses the line a little bit.
look at the roller. Just be
Stays collected, but gets a really good through ball here. Back right in it, no problem. Not the best of 4 ball either. She's had a little trouble on 2 and 4, but went through five turners. It's incredible.
Okay, just as we wait for this 12-metre pass, just to announce for our athletes and supporters on site, we will have medal ceremony for women's slalom and men's tricks. Following men's tricks this afternoon, 12:30 p.m. that's scheduled for. So 12:30 p.m. we'll have the medal ceremony for the ladies slalom and the men's tricks here on site. Here we go, 12-metre line, Brooke Baldwin of the United States. Skiing as an independent here, not on the US team. A little bit of a slow start on 1, but she's out of 2. Okay, breaks forward a bit on 2. Little down course on 3, but she's hanging in there. Round 4 she goes. Looks good out of 4. Round 5, she'll be late, but she'll get there, I think, to 6. And she does. 12-metre line goes down. Brooke Baldwin from the US now heads to the northern end. She'll shorten on to the 11.25 metre line. The crunch pass coming up.
Yeah, just on her edge change there coming in 1, she pulled on her arms a little bit, losing the line a little bit. That's the key out here, is just try to swing out and keep the line tight. Try to stay tall, try to absorb some of the bumps out here. Big 3 ball.
every situation can be so different. Just react.
Pretty good 4 ball.
Waiting something unexpected. Just react.
Locked in, and she gets right up over that front foot. She just really backsided 5 ball. If you see the skiers losing the line, usually they're just panicking, jumping inside the line. We try to call that head swing, and out here you really want to stay locked in and just try to prevent that head swing and just try to keep the line tight so that you can spend some time at the buoys and take some of the rollers in and really make sure the ski hooks up well.
Okay, Brooke.
Okay, this is the big moment for Brooke Baldwin, the 11.25 metre line. We believe here in commentary anyway, and I think the whole world will know watching this, that you're really going to have to run this pass if you want to get on the podium in this women's slalom final. So will Brooke Baldwin be the first competitor to get through the 11.25? Into 1 she goes. Good start on 1, great 1 ball. Round 2, she's looking good at the moment. Across to 3, she's got 3, heads to 4, she looks on time here. Round 4, trouble on 4 though. Cross to 5, and she's gone inside 5 ball, Jarrett. I thought she had that pass,
Yeah,
I really did. She was on it. She's got the lead, but I don't think that is a podium finishing score. We could be wrong, we'll have to wait and see. But let's just see what happened here, Jarrett.
Yeah, really good. The pullout, I thought she was out there a little too early, hung out there too long, but got a really good 1 ball. Great edge change. Like you said, just great start here. Ski jumped up, but still had the angle. No problem in the 3 ball. Oh, sitting way back, getting hit, but just strong as can be, staying connected, swings out. Little stiff in the turn here, and just
Slack line.
wheelies, and that was it. She just lost all her angle, and that was it. Oh, just the disappointment. She knew at the start that she had it, and she had the opportunity to go down that line. She knew that she probably needs to run it, like you said.
Okay, very excited about the next athlete off the dock. Of course, it is Kiwi competitor Jamie Metcalf. A lot of New Zealand water skiers, I'm sure, are tuned in right now, early Saturday afternoon in New Zealand. It's a big moment for New Zealand. It's been a while since we've had a skier at a final in a World Champs. But Jamie Metcalf, of course, leaves the dock needing more than 4 on the 11.25 to take the lead. Her personal best 4 at 10.75. She's New Zealand women's slalom record holder, greatest female slalom New Zealand's ever had. She's had a 10-year layoff from skiing, or 7 or 8 year layoff anyway. Retired around 2008. Got a magnificent career. Lives actually in Switzerland. Has a very good job as a marketing manager for a pharmaceutical company there in Switzerland, does a lot of her training in northern Italy and in France. But out here, obviously representing her home country of New Zealand. Her parents, of course, are here over from New Zealand.
I was just
Awesome,
looking through her profile. She didn't fill it
Robin
out, but
Metcalf.
I know she was she's really strong, always at Moomba.
Yeah, absolutely.
She'd won a couple.
Yeah, I don't know about definitely juniors. I'm
Yeah.
not, but this is her fourth slalom final, Jared. She was making open women's slalom finals back at the age of 16 or 17 at World Champs, so she's never quite got there in the end. I think she probably should have won some under 21 medals over the years, but I think she had a runoff at one stage for a bronze medal in slalom at under 21 Worlds.
But great style. Nice tall body style for slalom. Really nice to watch. Great personality too. She's just always smiling and
yeah.
she's so friendly. Most of the New Zealanders are.
Oh,
aren't they?
thanks, mate. Most of us. Okay, 13-metre line now. Jamie Metcalf. Grew up on a dairy farm, actually, in a small town on the Hauraki Plains, in Paeroa, in the Waikato. Really, probably only an hour or so out of Auckland. There we go, 13-metre line. No
Yeah.
worries at all for Jamie Metcalf.
Very nice. Yeah, shout out to the Wright family. I hope that they're planning on having that event again this year or bring it back, because always love going down there.
Yeah, it'd be great to get another pro event up and running in New Zealand pre-Moomba or just after Moomba.
Yeah, great pass there. Jamie left foot forward skier did the little bit of a pre-modified one-handed gait there, nice and controlled. Beautiful Nautique boat running solid. They're running a 4-blade on the blue boat and the
3-blade
jump
on
boat
the
on
jump
the
boat,
3-blade on the jump boat. So both boats were running solid. Some big jumps yesterday. Ryan banged out a 66, almost a
Yeah.
67-meter jump, so that was pretty awesome. I had no practice on the
No,
site.
you get the feeling he'll go further in the final because he's got his eye in now. That was fairly conservative. He's a little bit ahead of the field, really, isn't he, at the moment, Ryan? So he's able to just take it a little bit easy and still get the biggest jump. Okay, Jamie Metcalf now, 12-metre line. This is never easy, no matter how good you are. 12-metre line. Through the entrance gate she goes. Round 1. 2. Seems to have started pretty well here. Across the 3. Looking good at the moment. Into 4, Jamie Metcalf. Round 5, she'll get to 6. A lot of Kiwis in the crowd. I expect a big cheer down there from the Kiwis in the grandstand. Jamie Metcalf completes the 12-metre line.
Great one ball. Looking really good here. Solid, really connected through the wakes, getting good edge changes. Had no real problems with that pass at all.
Okay, it all comes down to this one though, doesn't it? This is the critical pass. Now, Jamie can run 11 metres. She's run it a bunch of times. Like I said, her personal best is 4 at 10.75. So let's see if she can get it done. Obviously the lead at the moment is 4. If she gets more than 4, it's a good result. She's got the lead, but we know with this calibre of the skier still on the dock. I really do think the podium will be on the 10.75 metre line.
So this is the pass where the rope does not reach the buoy. It's actually half
Yeah.
a foot short. So being taller, a little better wingspan is definitely always an advantage here, but style is definitely something that is a must here out of these conditions, and be able to handle. Have a little bit of a crosswind, which I don't think the slalom skiers love too much.
Big moment here for New Zealand water skiing and Jamie Metcalf. Let's see how she goes. Into one boy she goes. Round 2. She's in this actually across the 3. Come on, Jamie. Round 3 looking good. She's on this into 4.
Come
oh,
on.
she's doing this. Go, Jamie Metcalf for round 5.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sensational. Jamie Metcalf, the Kiwi, runs the 11.25 metre line. Oh, geez, that's sensational.
The Kiwis are going ecstatic.
Oh.
Oh, that was unreal. Nice start.
Oh,
That's
geez, I'm super
really,
happy
really
right now,
good to
Jared.
see.
I'm trying
Really
to
good.
maintain my professionalism, but that is sensational. You're going to have to give me a hug soon, Jared. I feel like I need a hug someone.
There you go. That
Thanks,
Kiwi,
mate.
attaboy,
Appreciate
Kiwi.
it.
Yeah, here we
Oh,
go.
this is a
That
big
was
moment
incredible.
for the Kiwis.
Hugs
Jamie
everywhere.
Metcalf now gives herself a huge chance at a medal in this slalom final. And I can almost hear the New Zealand Waterski supporters yelling at their TV screens and their monitors back home in New Zealand. That is sensational stuff. Here comes the 10.75 metre line for Jamie Metcalf.
Great start. Just an incredible one ball. Just backside it. That's what everybody needs. Get ahead of the game and just try to stay connected to the whole line, and she did that. Great style.
Well, got the crowd shot there of the Aussies. I need a crowd shot of the Kiwis right now. But this is big. If she can somehow get herself, you know, even two's a great score here. Well, anything on the 10.75 is a great score, but remember, PB's 4, so if she can get within a bull's roar of that, that is magnificent skiing here, of course, under the pressure, and, you know, maybe not quite as good a side as where she skied 4 ball, of course. 4 boys. Here we go, Jamie Metcalf, 10.75, round 1 she goes.
Come on. Oh.
I think it'll be 1 as score. That's good, though. She's disappointed. She knows 2 would be a lot better, but that's still a great score, 1 on the 10.75 for Jamie Metcalf.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen, but that's an awesome score, and definitely raises a bar up on the dock down there.
Well,
The emotions probably going a little higher there. That definitely, it's the game's on now.
Now, New Zealand have only ever won 3 medals at an Open Worlds, Jarrett, and they were all in slalom. Steve Cockram, of course, has got 2, and Aaron Larkin 1. So this could be another great day for New Zealand here. We'll just have to wait and see. We've still got half a dozen skiers to come, so it's still going to be tough, but we're going to be watching and waiting as suddenly the slalom final has come alive. Next competitor will be Amber Frank out of France. Then, of course, we have Whitney McClintock-Reaney. Then Jamie Bull from Canada. Regina Jakewitz, the world record holder, and
we
of course
just
Manon
see
Castard,
the
the
replay
US
here.
Masters winner from last year.
So just needing a really good gate there, and I think she came off the hand a little bit too early. Didn't have the width, just trying to let the ski finish the turn, and it just didn't come up underneath her. Maybe we'll see it one more time. Yeah, here we go. Good turn in. Needs some speed at the first wake. Pretty good. Kind of jumps inside the line there, just waiting on the ball. Just squeaking around it, and just goes to her back foot and just doesn't come up underneath her. She can't get the angle to go to the next ball, but
Yeah,
incredible
near the
score.
Kiwi fans now. As Jamie Metcalf goes down in front of the grandstand. She is happy, and she should be. Well done. Really good effort, Jamie Metcalf. 1 on the 10.75. The Kiwis lead the women's slalom final with 5 to go. 5 of the best slalom skiers the world has ever seen, of course. Next up, Amber Frank out of France.
Next skier, Amber Frank, 55.14.
Just that breeze is just lifting a little bit. It's just that, and it'd be fine if it was a head tail, Jarrett, but it's just got a little bit of cross to it.
yeah, they had that the other day, and it has been in the mornings. It is prevailing. Seems like
Yeah.
the crosswind comes up, and then in the afternoon it
It's a
goes to a
headwind for
headwind for jump, which is pretty nice. But
I guess this is probably very similar though to what these girls had in
and
the elimination round, and they were able to run into 10.7. So
I think a little bit of wind is good because it just knocks down the chop.
Absolutely.
It makes it a little more consistent. But the skiers, definitely a side wind is not the preferred wind for slalom skiers. We just, a head or tail would be much better. But all these guys, all the skiers in the finals here are all pros, and That's what it is all about today. Do it in the conditions. Everybody's got the same conditions. Who's going to deal with the pressure and get it done today?
Absolutely. Here's Amber Frank from France. 2 French competitors in the top 5. 2 Canadians and 1, of course, from the USA. But for now, a Kiwi leads this event, which is magnificent for such a small country on the bottom of the planet. But let's see, 14.25 here for Amber Frank, no problem at all. And she makes her way out the exit gates. So complete pass there, 14.25. She'll shorten on to the 13-metre line now. Women's slalom final. Of course, we'll have the men's trick final after this, and then we will have a medal ceremony for women's slalom men's tricks, and then we will conclude the jump round, of course, that we had to stop halfway through the seed 1 of ladies jump. We stopped halfway through a couple of days ago when we had that massive storm come through.
Yeah, that's a little difficult for the women. Some of them that are in the overall race and having to do a slalom final before they even know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It kind of messes with your head. Usually you finish all the preliminaries, you know where you
it's a little
stand, and
different,
then before you go for the finals, if you're still throwing down a big score, or you going for the slalom title, or you might going for the overall title.
Yeah, good point. I hadn't thought of that, Jarrett. Anyway, back on the order now. 13-metre line, Amber Frank from France. Gives around 1. Oh, okay. This just heard this could be 12-metre line. We need to confirm this. Not sure whether there's been an opt up here or what. We will confirm it. I've got a feeling it would be 13 myself. We will confirm it, folks. Certainly the opening pass, I'm sure, was 14, and I don't think she would have opted up. We are getting, might have just been a mistake by one of the people on the radio. We'll wait and see. No, judges confirmed 13 metre, so that's 2 full passes there. 1 on the 14, 1 on the 13. I think maybe the boat judge was getting slightly ahead of himself there. It's no big deal though. Everybody on site knew what was happening. So complete pass on the 13-metre line for Amber Frank of France. Lead, of course, 1 on the 10.75 with Jamie Metcalf. So personal best for Amber Franks, 3.5 on the 10.75 metre line. She's 28 years of age. And she is was a University World Champion in slalom, actually, 2016. I was at those University World Champs. I took out that title. In 2015, she was the French national champion in slalom. Has been on the podium also at the European Champs. Here's 12-metre line now, Amber Frank. Round 1 she goes. Seems to start okay. Round 2, looking good at the moment, Amber Franks. Round 3, getting it done. Across the 4, early as you like. Tight line all the way. That's a great pass, 12-metre line. Amber Frank runs the 12-metre.
Yeah, super pass. That was really good, solid. So 3 passes into this, and she's felt out both ends, knows the conditions.
So let's, now that Jamie Metcalf has run 11 and got on 10.75, the game plan changes a little bit, I think, for these girls, because she can't just, she has to ski to run this pass. She's got to go hard right from the start. And if she falls off around 1 or 2, so be it. That doesn't matter, because you're not here to finish 5th or 6th. She's already got the preliminary score, it doesn't matter. So it kind of changes now. She's no longer skiing to try and get ahead of a 3 or a 4 mark. She has to run this pass. So she has to get a good gate. She's got to go hard right from the start.
Yeah, for sure. And gate's key. Everybody knows that the pull out and the setup, and when the wind's pushing you a little bit, you got to figure out the conditions right away and be dialed in after your first couple warm-up passes. No going through the middle. Be right on top of the right-hand gate. Well, take the risk on gaining on the gate. Looks like she's riding a good right foot forward skier, so.
Okay, here's the big moment. This is it, 11.25. Must run this pass, I believe, if she wants to get onto the podium. Pulls out wide, ready for trying to get a good gate. Through the gate she goes. Round one. Yeah, good gate.
Nice
good
one.
one. Started well. Round two looks great. Looks on time and early at the moment. 11.25. Heads across the 4. She's late now, though. She's starting to get a bit of trouble. I don't think she'll get to 5, will she? Oh, disappointing. She had such a good start, Jarrett.
Really good start. Ended up, something happened out of 3 ball. She ended up pulling really long to 4 and came
Ooh
in
la
too
la.
hot and just couldn't get a turn out of 4.
Wow.
Great 1 ball here. Good hookup. Best that we've seen so far. Decent 2 ball. Wheelied a little bit out of 3, pulled super long into 4 and just could not handle all the speed and could not keep the line tight and just tried to panic and push on the back of the ski, and that never gives you a good result.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it's a great score, but not enough. And she knows that. She just started so well, but just on the 11.25, it just one little mistake and it's all over. Now we're now really into the genuine superstars of world women's slalom skiing. The whole world will be watching this, of course. Whitney McClintock-Reaney now from Canada.
Yeah, these last 4, you got 2 youngsters coming on. Whitney and Regina have been going at it for years.
Yep.
And, you know, Jamie and Manon have come on in the last couple of years. Jamie in the last year just so strong, having some incredible scores. So these girls will all be going at it, fighting for the gold. None of them even want to come second or third. All these 4 want to win it.
13 metre to start. So now first competitor start on the 13 metre, which changes things a little because she will get the 11.25 from the opposite end, from the start dock end. So let's see how she goes. 13 metre line now. Whitney McClintock-Reaney from Canada. Amazing athlete, because last World Championships 2 years ago in Paris, we had a runoff between Whitney and Regina for that title. I think it ended up being a 2-way runoff. We couldn't separate them, took a while.
Yep, and Whitney's an overall skier, so she's training all. And at the last World, she had a mishap in tricks, and she didn't do as well yesterday in the trick event, but she's moving on to the final, so she'll be able to better that score, and she's in the running for the overall title as well. Back in 2009, she actually won 3 gold medals. Slalom, trick, jump, overall, slalom, trick, and overall.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's absolutely incredible.
So opens up on the 13, so this is just going to happen a little bit quicker now with one less pass, one less warm-up pass. Great shot on the point there of all the cameras. The world of water skiing, of course, is watching this. Just a little bit after 10 p.m. and on the east coast of the United States. I'm sure it's Friday night there. A lot of water skiers based there will be tuning in and watching this women's slalom final. West coast of the USA, it's a little bit earlier, I think, around dinner time. Europe will be waking up soon, I'm sure. Especially, they'll be watching. The world will be tuning in. It is finals day, first final of these world champs. This is 12 metre line coming up now. Whitney McClintock from the northern end through the entry gates, round 1. Beautiful start on 1. Geez, you could watch that 1 ball all day. It's just magnificent. Round 3, big reach and great turn on 3. Round 4, 12 metre line, Whitney McClintock-Reaney. No problem at all here. Cruises that 12 metre pass.
Yeah, Whitney's so strong. She's a fighter. Incredible skier to watch.
Shortens now, of course, 11.25. This is the crunch one. You'll get sick of us saying it, but run this, you're a real good chance of getting on the podium. And I think you'll miss out because she's currently the lead 1 on the 10.75. So if Whitney completes this pass, gets more than 1, then she is in the lead. Still Jamie Bull, Regina Jacquis and Manon Custard left to go on the dock. So we are top 4 ladies slalom skiers in the world at the moment.
So Whitney's personal best is 2 1/4 at the 10.25. So probably not doing that out there today, but definitely,
Absolutely.
these last girls are all have some huge scores. So many titles, so much experience under their belt.
So I'm going to say, I could be wrong, but that there's only Regina that's ever scored more than that. Is that in women's slalom?
That is
am I
correct.
missing
Yeah,
something?
no, that's
so
it.
she's the second greatest female slalom skier of all time is Whitney McClintock. Here's 11.25 metre line. Cross to 3 ball. Looking pretty good at the moment, I've got to say. Around 4. She's, bit of slack on 4. She's in trouble here, folks. Unbelievable
my
stuff.
gosh.
Whitney McClintock, it only took one little error there. I think maybe 3 and 4 was the problem child for Whitney McClintock. But, this is huge upset here. Whitney McClintock will not be on the podium, I don't believe, in women's slalom.
Yeah, that's so disappointing, and we'll watch it here. Had a really good start. Good edge change into 2 ball, no problem. Backside into balls here, perfect there. Really connected, swings out, has the space.
Well, she's
That's
still on it here.
Yeah, no problem there. Lots of angle. That's a typical big hit by Whitney. No problem. Just sits back and wheelies up and loses all her angle. It's just not something that she's just kind of cruising through it, just thinking of it, and just just maybe hit a little roller. That it's just you're done.
Absolutely. Well, as a New Zealander, of course, you're starting to just get a little bit more nervous excitement here because Jamie Metcalf's hanging on to the lead with 3 skiers to go. This could be a massive day for New Zealand water skiing. We'll just have to wait and see. Still 3 sensational skiers. Of course, Jamie Bull up next from Canada.
It's a big call to run that pass. Like, that's not, like, for these girls, it is not. That proves that it's no pass is a given. We've seen people miss 13, miss the 38, the top skiers. It can happen to anybody.
Absolutely. We did have 3 ladies run that 11 in the first round, though, so I did expect, I do, in fact, they were the next 3 skiers, weren't they? Jamie Bull, Regina Jacquis and Manon Custard all completed the 11.25 in the preliminary round in pretty much exactly the same conditions, so you'd expect them to hopefully do the same here today.
Next skier, Jamie Bull, 55.14.
So if you go into the World Water Skiers website, there's when the page first loads, normally the featured page comes up right away. So when you go to the site today, the World Championships will come up, and click the link. It'll take you right to the page in the live feed. You can see the skiers that are up and follow the skiers and look at their profiles, learn everything about them. And if you haven't done a profile, please go on and do it. Anybody around the world, whatever level you're at, even grandmas and grandpas, parents, friends, families, if you want to stay in connected with the site or with the sport, fill out a profile or fill out subscription, and we'll keep you up to date. And sites around the world, make sure you fill it out and put your go under the resource tab and add your site to the world calendar. Put your tournament on there, and everything is there for free, and you'll be under the profile. And that's why we've built the hub, so that everybody can live under one place and easy for the sport to find whatever is going on in the sport. So here we go, Jamie Bull, phenom from Canada.
Absolutely. She's had a few world titles actually over the years, of course. Under 17 and under 21 world champion over the last 4 or 5 years. Jamie Bull. 14.25 to start, so she's going to be a little bit more conservative here. She could. I'm sure she could easily start at 13. It's just which way she wants to run 11, and she's decided, I think, she's seen Jamie Metcalf run 11 from the northern end. She's probably thinking she'd like to do the same thing.
Yeah, kind of changed. Jamie coming out, Metcalf coming out and running that kind of changed everything up. But then Whitney missing it changes it right back. You know, it's just everyone thought, okay, now we got to get deep 39, and now it's okay. Can I get on the podium?
That's right. Well, the only thing we know for sure really is that there's going to be one Jamie on a podium here, because Jamie Metcalf's got one at 10.75. Jamie Bull's out there at the moment on the water. One of them will end up on the podium. Of course, still Regina Jacques and Manon Custard from France to come.
So Jamie breaking the junior world, the under 21 world record at the under 21 worlds, taking the gold there. She's got, at the last world she came, I believe she came third at the last worlds.
Okay, yep.
So she has stood on the podium. She wants to be back there again this year.
Yes, and I remember her winning under 17 worlds, of course, in Chile, Santiago, Chile. I think I'm right in remembering that. She won that title there. 13-metre line, early as you like. Round 3, cross to 4. Looking great here, Jamie Bull. Round 5. Great skiing. Jamie Bull runs the 13-metre line, the Canadian.
So strong, really good hook up, just riding the ski so perfectly.
Saturday morning in Putrajaya, of course. The weekend is here. We're hoping to get a big crowd here. There's a decent crowd. I wouldn't call it big yet, though. Saturday morning here, we've got lots for people to do. We've got a carnival atmosphere, 30 food trucks out the back, a whole bunch of carnival rides, petting zoos, bouncy castles, and hoping quite a few sports fans will come along today and tomorrow. Locals have been well advertised. A lot of work's been put in by the organising crew here to get the local Malaysian community out here and watching the water skiing.
Jamie's only 19 years old, from North Bay, Ontario. Brother skis, dad, parents, everybody's involved there. Parents are here cheering her on. Great supporters, incredible family. Jamie's so fun and just great personality. So many good families in this sport.
Here she comes now, 12-metre line. Jamie Bull, PB is 5 on the 10.75 metre line, so she's very close to having got through that 10.75 so far in her career. 12-metre line though looks pretty comfortable at the moment. There she heads across the 6 ball. She's got it. 6 boys. Jamie Bull, 12-metre line.
Even though she's only 19, she's really mentally strong. She has a lot of tournaments under her belt, and that's a big, plus for her, being in these type of conditions and be able to handle the pressure. She always pulls through. Just look at the ski hook up after each turn here. Just solid through the wake. Great edge change, loading up the ski, giving her lots of time at the buoys. Phenomenal for 19.
Really good skiing. This is the crunch time now, though. 11.25. We'll need to run this pass, I think, to get on the podium. Still got Regina Jacques, of course, and Manon Custard to come. Both of those girls, I'm sure, will get onto the 10.75. But Jamie Bull, of course, needs to get a good start. Not everybody in this final has got a good start down there at the northern end on the 11.25, but we are getting to the high seeds now. So she's concentrating, as you said, just 19 years of age. Nice smile, actually. Bit of banter there with the boat judge, which is great to see. Seems fairly relaxed out there, Jamie Bull. And here comes the 11.25 and a really big moment in this World Championships. If she doesn't clear this pass, of course, the Kiwi Jamie Metcalf is on the podium. Good start on 1. Jamie Bull, 11.25. Not a good 2 though, and a bit of trouble here on 3. Round 3 she goes. She's late here. She's not going to get to 4. And Jamie Metcalf, the Kiwi, has got a medal here, Jarrett Llewellyn. High five, thank you very much. And I'm not trying to sound excited. I feel bad for Jamie Bull, but that is big news for a little old Waterski country at the bottom of the earth, New Zealand. Jamie Metcalf, at the very least, will finish with a bronze in this World Championships as we watch the replay, Jarrett.
Digging in really deep and out of 1 ball there. Just coming in hot and just wheeling a little bit, losing a little bit of angle and pulling long into 3. And just not getting the width. Again, ski wheeling and then losing angle again. So every time you get behind, down course, and she tried to make it up on 3 ball and it just didn't work for her.
Disappointing.
I really liked her setup. You know, her gait, I was thinking that she got a great gait. She pulled out, she had good glide, and you gotta attack it. She got a great 1, but just, you know, just wheeling out of 2, losing a little angle, and then getting behind and trying to make up at 3. It was 50-50 sometimes, you know. It just works for you, and sometimes it goes against you. And you know, conditions are moving a little bit, and she just today. That's too bad for Jamie. Great for Jamie Metcalf, but not good for the Canadians. So that's too bad.
Jamie Metcalf joins Steve Cockram and Aaron Larkin as the very elite few to win a medal at an Open World Championships. So great news for Jamie Metcalf and New Zealand, of course, but we've now got the world record holder, Regina Jacquis, of course, the greatest female slalom skier the world's ever seen, the favourite for this event, you'd have to say, through the entrance gates.
This girl's incredible. You know, the scores that she's coming up with, the tournaments that she won, she's so aggressive, but she's not very big. Like, it makes me feel good to watch her ski. Like, it makes me feel a little bit taller.
Absolutely.
Not much, but.
So I missed the start length. It looks like 13 metre to me, 32 off, but we will confirm that. We haven't, I didn't get confirmation yet. So we think 13 metre to start for Regina Jacquis, but I will confirm that. Well, wait, I'm sure the boat judge will radio through the line length that Regina's on. Actually, I confirmed now, it was 13. So she started 13 metre, now shortens to 12 metre line. She's going to use the same tactic as Whitney McClintock here. She's going to take 11 metre from the start dock end, which shouldn't be a problem for her. Just have to wait and see. As we await Regina Jacquis. World record, of course, 4.5 on the 10.25, recently done in the last couple of months. She's in all kinds of form. Didn't trick so good. Missed the trick final yesterday, which was unusual for her.
Yeah, that was definitely unusual. Regina's always in their favorite to win the overall, just not at this World Championships.
Here we go, 35 off. Regina Jacquis. Conditions look good out there at the moment. Really nice. I think that breeze may have just dropped a little bit.
Oh, a little
Breeze
wheelie
up
there.
a bit out of 5 actually.
Yeah.
She's fine. Won't want to do that at 11 though.
No.
The rope gets a little shorter.
No, it can be over quick. Incredible backside turns though, how tight she's on the ball. Right foot forward skier, right in the good. Just 2 balls, just incredible. Connected to the line, incredible edge changes. 4 ball insane. Whoa, little wheelie at 5 ball.
She's obviously very good at time management. I think, Jared, she runs her own business. She's a pharmacist. She's got her own business, of course.
Yeah, incredible. I don't know how the heck she
Trains
can
all 3 events.
do all 3 events and
Yeah.
have a full-time career. It's pretty amazing. You know, she skis at Corey's and family, and you need a really good support team to be able to have a career like that. It's That's why water skiing is so great. You got to have great family atmosphere to be able to stay at this level for this long.
Okay, 11.25 coming up now. The favourite, Regina Jacques. Must run pass, of course. Pulls out wide here. This is a very big moment in the slalom final. You can cut the tension with a knife. A little bit of slow start on 1, but she's out of 2 really nicely. Round 3. Looks good on 3. Heads across the 4. Round 4. Very nice out of 4. Gets 5. Breaks forward a little bit. I don't think she's in any real trouble. Good 11.25 metre line. Regina Jacques. She's on the podium now. Guaranteed on the podium. No surprises there.
Yeah, 1 ball was, I'd like to see that again, but 1 ball and 4 ball were kind of questionable as far as Regina style, but we'll see how this goes. She kind of loses the line there, but just backsides 2 ball, no problem. Good edge change. Great 3 ball. I think she wheelies here. Yeah, she does. And but snaps over to 5 ball, no problem. Runs the whole pass.
Okay, so she will come back in on the 10.75. 1, of course, is the lead. More than 1, she takes the lead. She's the type of girl, you know, she'll make sure obviously she gets more than 1 first of all, but after that she could go on and run this pass. Like, it's not inconceivable. She's so talented.
Yeah, getting a piece of 3 would be.
Well, Manon, of course, had 3 in the elimination round, so
yeah.
we know she can do 3. We know, you know, 3 or 4. So,
but doing it after, putting the pressure on it, it's, you know, she knows, like, you got to get a good start to get past. You know, get a piece of 3 to get past into 4. And when you get past 3 and you get into 4, you're basically running it. So, got to get a really good gate and a really good start to be able to pull that off.
Okay, here we go. 10.75 metre line, folks, from the northern end at Putrajaya. The lead at the moment with New Zealand's Jamie Metcalf at 1 at 10.75. Into 1 she goes. Great start on 1. She's got 2, so she's got the lead. I'll tell you what, she's on time and early for 3. Oh, she heads the 4. I don't know if she gets the 4. 3 boys. It's a great score. She's got at very least silver here. But she had a chance, I think, Jarrett. We're going to watch the replay. I think she had a chance here of running this pass out of 2 ball. And probably thinking she maybe left a little bit out there. It's still a great score, though, 3 on the 10.75.
Great score. Just to get over to 4 ball is going to be a big ask, but that's an incredible score. But she has maybe possibly left the door open.
She certainly has. Okay, so and Manon Custard from front. She's going to start at 14, folks. So
yeah, interesting. A lot of mixing it up. A lot of different strategies here. So here we have the replay.
Great one.
Pretty decent one, yeah. Big 2 ball. Didn't lose too much. Wasn't the prettiest, but just totally wheelies, and it's just done. We've seen that so much today. Just coming in, riding the back foot, not staying on the front foot and letting the ski turn, being a little bit stiff, and then boom, it's over.
You can't turn those slalom skis when you get right on the back of them, and that's what's happened here. And Regina, it's a great score. She may well win yet, but she's just left the door ajar here for Manon Custard. I think if Regina runs 10.75, if she had have done it, come back, got, you know, even 1 at 10.25, really hard to beat that for Manon. But 3 is definitely gettable for this French athlete. So here we go, 14.25, Manon Custard. Because US Masters winner, not this year, but last year, so she's got a big pro title under her belt.
Yeah, the last 3 years she's been in the mix all the time, in the finals, winning events. She has got the experience and the expertise and the talent to pull this off. This would be huge for France, helping their score and their team.
Absolutely. So she'll shoot onto the 13 metre line. At the moment we have Regina Jacques leading this event with 3 at 10.75. The worst she can do is a silver medal for the USA. Then Jamie Metcalf is in second spot at the moment with 1 at 10.75. That of course, means at least a bronze for New Zealand, so great news for New Zealand water skiing. Then we have a couple of skiers on 4 at 11, which of course is Whitney McClintock and Brooke Baldwin, I believe. So they're still in the mix, but probably we're going to see Manon Custard ski more than 4 at 11. We'll wait and see. She's still got to do it. Nothing's a given out there, but she'll shorten now onto the 13-meter line.
Yeah, the 2019 IWWF World Championships, it's just every 2 years, so there's a lot of pressure on these athletes. Trained so many years to be at this level, to be in the finals, to have an opportunity to stand on the podium. And Mayon is going for the gold.
Absolutely. Here she comes. 13-meter line now, 32 off. Round 2. Beautiful to watch, isn't it? Lovely slalom style. Quite even on both sides. Great stuff. 6 boys, 13-meter line. Manon Custard from France.
Yeah, left foot forward skier. You see all the different styles. Not one style is not the only way you have to go. It's incredible to see the tactics and everybody going out here for so much pressure on all these athletes.
So 12-meter line next up from the start dock end. French coaches, I'm sure, just having a little word to Manon down there on the start dock. Last competitor in the women's slalom final. 12 meters, I'm sure. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for this superb athlete. Then we'll go, of course, to the 11, which will be the critical one.
So Manon's PB is 2 at 10.25, so still way up there.
Wow,
it's just incredible, the scores that these girls are achieving. Only 28 years old.
So here we go, 12-meter line now. Manon Custard, great start on 1. Round 2 she goes, waits for 2 ball. Cruising her way down this pass, making it look easy, and it certainly isn't, but wow, that is really nice early slalom skiing on the 12-meter line.
Yeah, snapping through the wakes, giving herself lots of time in the turns, being able to stand over her ski and allow the ski to finish its turn. Great 1 ball. Incredible 2. Just letting the skis come up underneath her, letting her knees be supple, let her edge change, just letting the skis swing up underneath her. A little short into 5 ball. But that's just as good as we've seen it today.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice 35 off pass, 12-meter line. Okay, 11.25 coming up. Team USA, Team New Zealand will all be watching this because we have Regina Jacques and Jamie Metcalf. They know they're getting a medal. They don't know what colour yet. And obviously, of course, we see the French supporters there. Is that the great Patrice Martin? I think we just saw the back of him there watching. Big moment for France coming up as well. So what will it be? More than 4 gets her a medal. Jared, if she gets a piece of 5 ball, she's got a medal, but she's here to win this title.
Yeah.
She wants gold, so she's got to run this. And
regardless, got to get a good ball one. Just to get 4 ball, that's a good 1 ball. That's going for the whole pass.
And she comes into 1 ball. Maybe a little slow out of 1, but she's good out of 2 though. Heads for 3. Round 3, she's getting this done. She's fighting hard. Round 4, starting to get a little down course now, but she's going to get to 5. She gets 5, she'll get to 6. Big hit on 5 ball. She took a huge hit there on 5 ball, but she runs the pass. She's onto the 11.25, onto the 10.75 meter line. Watch this, Jarrett.
Yeah, decent start. Gets a little bit behind. Has had an incredible 4-ball. We'll see how the start ball just drops in on 1 ball. Loses a little bit of angle. Ends up pulling super long into 2. Great 2-ball. Ski wheeled it a little bit, but she's still trying to make up some ground here. Not a great 3.
She's scrapping.
But her 4-ball was absolutely incredible here. You just watch the ski just come underneath. Bam! Just so much angle and just the speed that got her back into the game. Gave her the width at 5-ball.
Here comes a big hit here, though.
Big hit at 5. Impressive.
Yeah, really good. Really good. So she shortens down to the 10.75. Remember, Jamie Metcalf's got 1, and Regina Jacques has 3. So she's going to ski to get more than 3 here, I think. Difference between bronze and silver's neither here nor there, really.
Yeah,
I think for her, she
3
wants
is
gold.
definitely 3's. You got to get a good gate. Got to get a good start.
So she'll look to be aggressive, I think, on 1 here.
There's got to be no room for error here to get to 3-ball. 3-ball is basically like running it. So piece of 4 for gold.
Here we go, Manon Costard, 10.75. Through the entrance gate she goes. Round 1. Not too bad out of 1. Oh, a little bit late for 2. I don't know that she's going to get to 3. She's working hard, folks. Does she get around 3? Are we going to have a runoff? Does she get back to the gate?
Oh.
We do. Oh, I think we're going to run off once again for the Ladies Slalom title. We're going to look at the score. I'm sure this will be reviewed. But I think she got around 3, Jarrett. And I think we have a tie for the lead here. We have a runoff.
I did not think she was going to get around 3-ball. To
No,
get
she-
out there
she
and
looked-
swing it.
She looked in trouble out of 2.
Throw her shoulder out. Man, that was impressive.
Okay, looks like we've got a runoff. Let's watch the replay
Yeah, she
here.
got right through the middle of the gate, so definitely not helping her out there. Didn't get a great
Terrible
1-ball.
1.
Pulled super long into 2.
This is the miracle on the water here that she was able to
Super
get
down
around
course
3.
at 2-ball. Just scrambling to get 3. And just squeaks it out. Snags the shoulder.
this.
Take the hit for the tie.
Oh. Well, we had a runoff 2 years ago in Paris, of course, between Whitney and Regina.
You got to have a runoff in slalom.
Absolutely. Now we've got a runoff to decide the world champion of Ladies Slalom for 2019. Team Manon Costard and Regina Jacques. Jamie Metcalf will get a bronze medal. She will be absolutely ecstatic with that, and of course New Zealand Waterski fans will be more than happy with that result. But the title will be decided between, of course, France and USA with a runoff here. Gives a wave to the French supporters. Heads back to the dock. The chief judge will be on the dock. I'm sure he'll be tossing a coin to see who gets to go first here between Regina and Manon.
Yeah, it might be a few minutes delay here, so they're just going to flip the coin. Maybe we'll just run to a quick commercial and be right back at you guys.
Okay, welcome back, folks, to Putrajaya Women's Slalom Final. We've got a runoff coming. Looks to me like Regina Jaquis is going to be first up. We would have had a toss. Chief Judge Candino from Italy would have been down there. They would have tossed the coin. And the winner, I guess, would decide who goes first and last. We don't know who decided what or who won the toss. Doesn't really matter. Regina Jaquis, of course, will be up first. She'll start on the 11.25 metre line as per world runoff rules. She's got a lot of experience in this, Jarrett, running off for a world title. She's done it plenty of times, so she should be ready to go, I would say.
Yeah, she's a strong competitor. She's mentally strong.
Okay, here we go, folks. We know Jamie Metcalf from New Zealand has the bronze. We're deciding now who has the gold and the silver in this women's slalom final. From the United States, the greatest female slalom skier the world's ever seen, the world record holder, Regina Jaquis, comes out of 1 ball. Round 2, oh, great 2 balls. She's on time and early here. Round 3, how good is she? Cross to 4, what a sensation. Cross to 5, straight off the dock cold. She's going to run the 11.25 metre line.
Wow.
Magnificent stuff, Regina Jaquis.
Incredible. That's really, really good.
Magnificent stuff.
She hasn't been sitting there too long, but to come out there and just run it cold in these conditions, that's impressive.
Yep, but so she's on to the 10.75. Now we saw a runoff yesterday involving Nate Smith, Adam Settermeyer and Carlo Olay, and of course Nate went out and ran the 10.75 in the runoff, so and pretty much blitzed the other 2 guys. So if that will be what Regina, I think, will try and do here.
Yeah, for sure. She
Put the heat on.
Put the heat on for sure. She needed a good start, get deep into the pass. But both of them have just skied. Both are gonna. Regina had a little bit of a delay, got to go back out, and Manon is gonna be able to. Same thing, about the same time, so relatively the same. Yesterday, Nate had the little bit of an advantage that he didn't have to sit very long. The other guys hadn't skied for about almost an hour or so, probably. Yeah. So still a crosswind. It's actually picked up a little bit more as the event's been going on. So pretty much what they've been skiing in before, though. So they know the conditions. See how she goes here.
Okay, 10.75 metre line. Run off here, ladies slalom final. Oh, not a good one. She's in trouble for 2, I think. Oh, she does get to 2, though. And 2 boys. 10.75 leaves the door ajar for Manon Custodier.
Yep. That definitely...
tension.
If Manon can get through this and get a good 1 ball and just get over to 2, piece of 3, that definitely leaves the door open. So definitely doable to break this tie break.
Comes into 1 here.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then she just rears up and then has to pull super long just to get outside the buoy.
To her credit, there's not many skiers would get even 2 after a 1 like that. And that extra buoy could be worth a heck of a lot. Okay, that's interesting.
A little bit of a cross tailwind there coming into 1 ball, pushing her a little bit, probably taking in a little bit of heat, and then when she tried to get rid of the speed at 1 ball, she just got off her front foot and tried to push on the back foot, and the ski wheelied on her, and we've seen that all day today.
This is important, Jarrett. The judges have confirmed 1 buoy here. So I thought she went around 2. But
she definitely went
just make sure of that, because what I'm hearing, the judges are saying 1 buoy here at 10.75. This is huge. I thought I saw 2, but anyone who knows me knows.
Here we go again. We're going to watch
eyesight.
this again. Definitely not right on top of the right-hand gate ball, right through the middle. Probably down course, wheeling up here. Ropes on the backside of the ski there, losing all her angle. Just going to fight over to 2 ball. We'll see if she gets it.
Just heard through the radio too, the USA have put a video challenge on this, so this is not over yet. But the judges are saying
all the way out to
watch
the buoy.
Ski. Oh, we'll go back live. Sorry, folks. We'll go back live though, 11.25. We will be looking at this ashore. Plenty of time to look at it. Manon Custard's in trouble here anyway on 11. She's really scrambling hard. It might not matter about the review, although she's hanging in there. She is gutsy, this girl from France, and is she going to get to 6?
Oh.
And she does. Wow, drama.
Jeepers, just
I
a
thought she'd blown it,
fight
but
all
she
the
didn't.
way. Oh my
How
God,
did she
that was
do that?
incredible.
Okay, can we just... we're going to watch the replay here. We're going to watch the replay of the 11.25. I'm sure we'll get time to review the 10.75 for Regina at some stage. There is a challenge coming through from...
Just look
The
at the
USA
knee
team
sucking
anyway.
up and trying to suck up everything and try to keep the ski in the water. She's just fighting this whole pass. Just the knee bend and just jumping on inside the edge, just thrashing through this pass, pulling super long into
is
5-ball.
amazing.
I just can't believe she even got a turn out
actually
of this.
This is not a slalom pass, Jarrett. This is a miracle, to be
This
fair,
is
that she
incredible.
got through this. Unbelievable. She
Wow.
is a scrambler, scrapper. Doing it out there for France. She's on to the 10.75. Wow, there's some New Zealand supporters. There's a happy day for New Zealand. I see them down on the banks of the lake. Okay, 10.75 for Manon Custard. Maybe she needs a piece of 2, boy. But just to be safe, she probably wants to make sure she gets a piece of 3, boy, here, because the score of Regina Jacques is under review. Big moment coming up. Through the gate she goes. Around 1. Good 1. She's going to get the 2 for sure here. Can she get the 3? No.
Oh,
This is drama. She
this is
thinks
a
she's
bit of a
won.
drama, yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
And she may well have won. She's happy. Congratulations. What she doesn't know, though, is that we have got a review by the USA. This is, you could not write a script for this.
No, this is
drama.
just incredible.
She stopped on 2 here, Jarrett, because she thought she only needed 2.
Yeah, great 1-ball. Definitely capable to pulling off a 3-ball. Yeah, just definitely pulling up. She was capable of for sure going over to 3-ball. And if this review comes in and they end up with a tie, she might be kicking herself. But we'll see.
But what could we have done different here? I guess she needed to know maybe about the review. Maybe the review should have happened before she skied. I'm not sure. We're going to wait and see. But this is drama, Jarrett Llewellyn. And, well, as commentators, I like a bit of drama. But I tell you what, the French team are not going to be super happy about this situation, I don't think. Wow.
Wow, that's incredible. We'll see what happens. Would like to see that review, and maybe we'll bring that up.
Let's put it up again. Play the review. Let them decide. It is something to do with it. These viewers have got no. Reviews of viewers. I've just seen it. I know, but when you're going to play frame by frame, let the judges decide. I don't want the world deciding who's won this competition.
Okay. I'm a little bit speechless, which is fairly unusual for me. But I don't know. We just always seem in water skiing at the moment, we seem to be heading in for these little car crashes, these little bits of drama that I'm not sure we seem to create for ourselves. But I thought, and I'm only the commentator, I thought Regina did go around 2 on my look. But I'm just one person. The judges didn't. The judges said 1. Now, there's been a review asked for by the US team. Meanwhile, Manon Custard does not know that.
You know why I'm here.
She thinks she only needs 2. She comes around 2. She stands up.
She knew they wanted to be the challenge.
Doesn't go. So we have got a challenge review now by the USA. We could possibly have a tied score here. Manon might not have this gold medal yet.
Yep, the drama.
Drama, mate.
Drama. Gotta love it. That's part of sport.
Yeah, it is part of sport. So we'll wait and see. Absolute pandemonium at the moment, I'm sure, in the judges' tower. As we wait, we will have a review coming up. We'll let you know. Manon Custard obviously thinks she's got the gold. She may well have the gold yet, but It is not confirmed because we have a challenge on the score from Regina Jaquis. I could be wrong because, Jared, I could have created all this problem because I'm the one. I thought Regina went round, but I'm just one person, just the commentator. What were your feelings on it, though?
I'm on your side here. I definitely, our view and the slow-mo, we had the opportunity to see it in slow-mo.
Okay, well, we were wrong. The review has failed. The score officially is 1 for Regina Jaquis, and the gold medal goes to France and Manon Castard. So that has, there we go. And how we're going to get to see, are we? This is Regina Jaquis' replay. And the rest of the world, I apologise if I created all this drama because my eyes are no good, but I thought she went around too, but obviously not. Here she comes into one ball. So she's out of one, not a great one.
Nope.
But she did get down and go again, which is only Regina Jaquis actually gets to 2 from this point, if she got to 2. She comes in now, bouncing around. Here comes the boy.
Nope.
She's inside, so we were wrong, Jarrett. The judges were right, and never trust the eyes of the commentators, I guess.
That's right. I'll admit that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And the judges were right, which doesn't happen very often. But
Because we didn't watch it. If we can defend ourselves just a little bit, we didn't watch it on slow-mo at the time. We watched it at real
I'm
speed.
hardly ever wrong. So I'm willing to admit that was...
that is a huge gold medal for France, of course. Manon Castard, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to Manon. That's incredible. And that was such a fight on that 38. It was just incredible. World champion.
Yep, so gold medal to France, silver to the USA, and a bronze to New Zealand. Congratulations. We're going to be back 5 or 10 minutes, folks, for the men's trick final. So we're going to run a few ads now, and you've got time to quickly do something and come back for the men's tricks.
Come to Putrajaya, Malaysia this August to watch the world's best water skiers in action. Don't miss it.
Watch the best water skiers in the world compete at the 2019 World Waterski Championships in Putrajaya, Malaysia.
You will love Malaysia now and forever. Different races everywhere. The soul of Asia is surely here. This beautiful Malaysia. You will love the colors of Malaysia, where the sun loves to shine on sandy beaches and clear waters, with smiles on friendly faces. This land is beautiful. It steals your heart away.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2019 IWWF Waterski World Championships here from Putrajaya in Malaysia. We've just had the most incredible slalom final. Congratulations to Manon Castard of France, who's taken the gold medal, because Regina Jacques unfortunately missed out, but will take the silver. She was the defending champion, in the Kiwi, Jamie Metcalf, will take the bronze. We're about to start the men's trick final. Absolutely sensational field. The boat is just doing its last phantom pass, and we'll go back to the dock and we'll pick up Adam Picos. Believe it or not, Adam Picos is the bottom seed for this final, but of course he's the defending world champion, in fact two-time world champion. So I'll just run through that running order, then I'll introduce, of course, we've got Grant Barnett here and commentary with me, expert comments. But Adam Picos up first from the US of A, Nicholas Bernardi from Italy, the world record holder Alexei Janashek from Belarus, Russell Gay, of course, the veteran, will be next up. Adam Sedemeyer, the world overall record holder, Joel Poland from Great Britain, Doreen Llewellyn from Canada, Alexandra Pateau from France, Martin Coleman, the Czech Republic, currently leads the overall by the slimmest of margins, Pierre Balloon from France, Patricio Font from Mexico, and of course the top seed, Danilo Falchenko from the Ukraine, Grant Barnett from Australia. Sensational field. It's going to be an absolute ripper of a final.
Looking forward to this one, am I, Glenn? Especially we've got Adam Picos out first, the reigning world trick champion. We're down a little bit early. Well, didn't really go down, but got a little bit messed up in his second pass in the preliminary round, and sees him out first. But a huge field, of course. What a slalom final we've just had. Absolutely amazing. Manon Costard coming out from France and taking out the title. She really ended up being the best slalom skier here over the last 4 or 5 days. I don't think anyone really put her in that echelon of maybe taking out the title, maybe a medal, but she's eclipsed absolutely everything here this weekend and been the best women's slalom skier. So congratulations to Manon Costard and everybody from France as we wait for the first competitor, Adam Picos, here in the Open Men's Trick Final. The big dance, Glad, the World Championships. This is what these guys compete for. And we'll have a skier on here very shortly.
For a guy like Adam Picos, essentially he's a trick specialist. There's really no professional circuit. There's not really any money now for trick skiing. There's maybe US Masters, maybe Moomba Masters, very little on the line. So this is it really, the World Champs. It all comes down once every 2 years for Adam Picos. He would have been training for this, and this alone I would say for the last 2 years. Two-time world champion, I see. He took the title in Paris, and he took the title, of course, 2 years earlier in Mexico. Finds himself first off the dock, but obviously he'll be hoping he can get out there and spank out a score up around close to 12,000 points. So put huge pressure on the rest of the field.
Well, he's certainly going to need it. He's got a personal best, 11,870 points. Of course, our leader in the first preliminary round was Danielo Falchenko from the Ukraine at 11,620. 4 scores over 11,000. Martin Coleman, Pierre Ballon, Patricio Font, Pato Font, and Danielo had scores in excess of 11,000. So it's certainly going to take something up in the high 11s to take out this World Trick title in 2019. First competitor coming up will be Adam Picos, team skier from the United States. All important team scores, and that's very close as well, Glenn. We're looking at some of the overall scores from the men a little bit earlier with just 80 points between the top 5. It's pretty close with the team scores as well. Of course, we still haven't had the last competitors in the women's Series 1 jump, which will be coming up shortly. So a real tight contest here in Putrajaya, Malaysia. Another beautiful day here. Conditions have been absolutely beautiful this morning for the slalom event, and the same can be said for our tricking here as well. Hats off to Hanafa and all of the team who have done a splendid job here over the last 4 or 5 days. Just one day to come after this one. Of course, lots of finals on Sunday. And, of course, women's jump has been moved across to Sunday now as well, Glenn, due to the rain delay a couple of days ago.
So tomorrow looks like a huge day. Today's slightly lighter, but just said we're going to have one more phantom pass or dummy run from the towboat up, so we don't quite have Adam Picos off the dock yet. Just builds the tension a little bit more here as we look forward to the men's trick final. Of course, we have medal ceremony following this men's tricks for the women's slalom and the men's tricks, of course, podium, and then we'll come back, plan to come back at 1 o'clock with a women's jump preliminary series 1. So that's our program. About to start men's tricks. Beautiful day here. Sorry, Grant. Beautiful day here. A little bit hazy, a little bit I don't know if you call it cloud or haze, but once again, beautiful warm temperature, somewhere in the low 30s, and conditions pretty good.
Yep, some of the haze normally burns off around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so by the time we have some jumpers on, we should have some magnificent conditions for our Open Women's Series 1 jump. Of course, that was cut short a couple of days ago. We had a wild storm came through, so we look forward to bringing those athletes on. And that'll be around about 1 p.m. Kuala Lumpur local time, and that will round out proceedings for today. So we'll have the men's trick final starting in just a moment with Adam Picos. After that, at 12:30 local time, we'll have the prize givings for women's slalom and men's tricks. And then we'll move into the Series 1 jump event. Preliminary round still, and that will round out today. Of course, Sunday, big day of competition starting at 9 a.m. Men's slalom final. And then the women's trick final at 11 a.m. Prize givings after that for those two events. And then we move into the women's jump final at 1 p.m. and men's jump final at 2:30 p.m. That is local time here in Kuala Lumpur. And as you said, Glenn, a beautiful day here. Slight breeze coming across the lake into the grandstand. And as I walk past the grandstand before I come up here, Glenn, it is starting to fill up down there as well, which is great to see.
Excellent. Yeah, because it's first day of the weekend. The first 4 days of the Worlds were a weekday, school day, work day. And we're filling with the weekend now, of course. And we've got a carnival's out the back, atmosphere, a little bit of a Moomba type atmosphere out the back going on. So hopefully families will come down, enjoy the carnival, come out and watch the water skiing. And wonderful 2,500 seat stadium here, Putrajaya. Great viewing opportunity. So watch that Nautic towboat's heading back down, and I'm sure this time we will pick up Adam Picos.
So just coming up to 11:15 here local time in Kuala Lumpur. We'll have the first stricker on the water in just a couple of minutes' time. Candido Moz, the chief judge, and his team have done a wonderful job ensuring the conditions are absolutely 100% consistent for all of our athletes right across this tournament. They haven't put a foot wrong in relation to that. It's obviously been a little bit frustrating at times for the folks at home watching the webcast, and those here into the boats are moving up and down quite often, but we need that. We need that to ensure that the conditions are 100% consistent for everybody, and I don't think they've put a foot wrong in that regard so far, Glenn. It's been a great job from Candido and his team, and I heard on the radio just a few moments ago to ensure one more pass before we bring Adam Picos, former current world trick champion. He'll be first out. He had a first round score of 9,770 points. The leader in the preliminary round was from Ukraine at 11,620, and he'll know, Glenn, he's going to need something up close to 12,000 to take out what will be his third world trick title.
Absolutely. Being first up, he'll have no idea how the others trick, so he's just going to have to go for it here. He's got to go for the absolute A run, I believe, and just try and put a huge score up. Adam Picos, of course. Father Corey, the most famous name in trick water skiing, you'd have to say. Corey Picos. But believe it or not, Corey Picos, multiple world record holder, multiple time world record holder. The first guy to trick 7,000 points, 8,000 points, 9,000 points, right through those ranges, over 10,000 points. He actually only won 2 world titles, Corey, so the two of them, father and son, are tied for 2 world titles at the moment.
Yep, as I have a look down there, the athletes are just about to jump into the water, so we'll have a picture from the start dock in just a moment. Adam Picos, Team USA.
Take the camera off us. We don't look that good, Grant, do we?
No.
Not much fun looking at
Much
ourselves.
more talent down on the start dock than up here, I can tell you, Glenn.
Well, actually, now that we look at the start dock, we actually haven't got Adam leaving the start dock. Quite sure what's happened here.
Maybe just one final pass through. Of course, Dad Corey, as you say, we're jumping in the boat for Adam, one of the real nice guys, not just one of the superstars of the sport over the last 20 or 30 years. Dad Corey, he's one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. And running into lots of superstars here on site, Glenn, over the last few days. I was having a chat to Ricky McCormick this morning. Of course, his son Cole was out there in the slalom event yesterday. Shook hands this morning with Patrice Martin as he was here on site, the great world overall champion, if not the greatest of all time. They're all here, and they're all here to watch the Open Men's Trick Final coming up in just a couple of moments. We have 12 competitors. couple of independents in that field. And Russell Gay, the veteran, gee whiz, Russell must be, I'd say, close, high 40 years of age, maybe knocking on 50. And it's great. Mate, fantastic to see Russell in the final.
And a cool story because his daughter's in the women's trick final, so that does not happen very often, I'm sure.
No, that's absolutely right. And the other independent is from France. The rest of them all team skiers, and of course the coveted team title is still open for grabs, as is our women's and men's overall. Very tight, as you were saying, Glenn, earlier on. Only 80 points, 80 points in the top 5 of men's overall. And that equates really only to around about four boys in slalom, 900 points in tricks, and about 3 meters in jump. So that field is wide open. Adam Saddlemeyer, of course, in the box seat, because he has got a position in all 3 finals.
Absolutely. So 4 of the top 5 in overall at the moment are in this trick final. So they all have an opportunity to increase their overall score and move up the rankings. At the moment, Martin Coleman is leading that overall battle, but he is only, I think, 17 overall points ahead of Adam Saddlemeyer. So that's the 2 skiers from the Czech Republic, their countrymen. 17 overall points are probably less than 50 trick points, I would think. So there's not a lot in it. It's very, very close at the moment, as we must be set for a start very shortly.
Yep, the boat just on its way back now, and this will be the last pass before we bring on Adam Picos, former world trick champion from Paris. A little bit of controversy, I remember, over there as well. Initially, Josh Bryant was called from Australia as the winner of that event. I think there was an appeal, look at trick sheets, and then it was reversed back, and Adam took out the title, and he'll be looking to do the same here today, of course. Unusual to see him first out, but he'll know exactly what he needs to do to take out his 3rd World Trick Championship.
It's unusual to see a little bit of controversy in a World's final. I'm sure that this will be super close. The winner of this will come down probably to 1 side slide at the end of the run. You know, it's just going to be so close. Really will be. I think from memory, Adam Picos, when he won in Mexico in 2015, it came down to 1 toe side slide at the very end of his run to take that victory. Big moment now. I mean, this is Waterski royalty out there at the moment. Corey Picos in the boat releasing for his son, Adam Picos, the 2-time world champion. First up, he's going to start rope on toe, folks, from the start dock end. The concentration will be immense for Adam Picos. He can't put a foot wrong here. He's got a trick super quick. Any pause could cost him the title. Big moment coming up now, folks. Adam Picos, defending world champion, starts with toe 720, toe 5 back, super quick, toe wake back to backs, piling through his work very quick now. Lightning fast. Oh, geez, a bit of a struggle there, and that cost him a couple of seconds. I think Adam Picos is in a bit of trouble here as he races the clock. Over the rope he goes. He's got one last barnstorming toe trick, and he falls, Grant Barnett. So that is a disappointing result for Adam Picos. Toe run not going the way he would have wanted it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he got himself in a bit of a pickle halfway through his toe pass there, Glenn, and was really racing the clock from there. Certainly ideally what he was looking for. Although he is the first competitor out, as we take a look at the World Water Skiers replay. Adam Picos, rope on toe. And we'll see here, about halfway through this opening pass, Glenn, he just seemed to lose momentum a little bit, and that did cost him, and then went down on that last all-important trick. Of course, toe wake back to back and the reverse coming up here, and I think it was very close just around here, or the next trick. He started to lose momentum a little bit. We're about halfway through here. Yep, right there.
Oh, yeah, and there's he's going to lose a couple of tricks there as well, Grant, and he's bleeding points at the moment out on the course as Adam Picos on this toe pass. Toe line back to back coming up. He's starting to run out of time already, and he's still got a couple of tricks left, I'm sure of it. And then I think this is the last trick that he actually falls on here. I think it's going to be a toe line 5 back. Just never looked likely, so disappointing opening toe pass for the world defending champion Adam Picos.
Yep, but World Championship finals can do it to you, Glenn.
Yeah.
Of course, he's the first competitor out. We don't know what's to come, but we certainly wish the guys well and hope we do have lots of stand-up passes here this afternoon in the Open Men's Trick Final. If you just joined us, it's just gone around 20 past 11 here in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia.
Great shot of the smiling Jamie Metcalf up in the grandstand there. If you can hear us, Jamie, give us a wave.
Yeah, give us a wave, Jamie.
Come on, Jamie. Wake up, Jamie. We want a wave. Webcast World. The Donaldson boys are listening to me. There we go. Good to see. Jamie's basking in the glory up there. Great day for New Zealand water skiing.
Yep, first medal since Aaron Larkin back in Russia, of course,
Yeah,
Glenn. What a
2011.
performance by the Kiwi this afternoon.
We're late mature as Kiwis when it comes to World Championship medals. Pretty much all of our World Championship medals have gone to skiers in their 30s, I believe. Maybe Steve Cocker, maybe his first medal, he might have still been in his 20s, but we tend to get dominated a bit at junior level, but New Zealand skiers that stick with it and keep going tend to be rewarded in the end. Anyway, enough on New Zealand water skiing just for now. We'll go back to Adam Pecos. He's in trouble here now. I mean, let's be realistic. He knows it. Corey knows it. He has got to come up. He has to stand up with this run. Absolutely stand it up. Full credit. And then he's going to need a few things to go his way in this trick final.
All right, here he comes. Adam Pecos, second pass, Open Men's Trick Final. We wish him well. Let's hope that he can have a stand-up pass here.
He's over the rope. Nice and good height here. Up over the rope. Front flip is good. High-scoring front flip. Reverse front flip. That's tough to do. And he's getting it done here. He is getting some points now off his hand tricks. And he goes, almost falls on that one, I think, but he's okay. He's racing the clock. Little wave to the crowd. There's going to be no joyous fist pump, I don't think, this World's for Adam Pecos, because he knows, unfortunately, it's going to be very tough from here on in for him to retain his world title. So we'll wait and see as the scores come in. But a little bit dejected, I think, Adam Pecos there. It's so tough, and really tough, you've got to say. He trained, you know, he would have trained 2 years for these Worlds, worked hard to get those runs right, and unfortunately the toe tricking just didn't quite happen for him.
No, not quite Adam's day today, as we will wait for a replay of his second pass coming up shortly. Of course, the next competitor from Italy, Nicholas Benatti from Italy, had a score of 10,010 points as we look at a replay on Adam's hand pass, second pass here.
These ski lines are
Ski line
amazing.
5 to the front here. He did look really nice through the start here, nice and confident, nice and clean.
I don't think anyone in the world does ski lines that good, do they? That's amazing.
Before
Plenty
he
of
started
height.
to move into some of his flips here, the front flip and then the reverse, and then it just started to get a little bit wobbly for him right around the 2/3 mark of this second hand pass. As we wait for our next competitor, Nicholas Benatti from Italy, on his opening pass, coming in rope on toe, 10,010 points in the preliminary round.
Here he comes. So as soon as we get the scores, we'll get them to you. Nothing yet, of course, for Adam Pecos. A very high-scoring hand pass, but just not quite getting to get on toe. Nicholas Benatti now from Italy. A little bit slower on the toes, you'd have to say, than Adam, but getting through his work. Beautiful toe line 5 back. Magnificent stuff. Oh, the Italian over the rope he goes again and again. He's happy. Fist pump.
Yeah, great opening pass from Nicholas Benatti from Italy. May have a little slip up on the last trick there. We'll wait and see if that was credit, Glenn, but a great opening pass all the same from Nicholas. It's exactly what he's looking for. As we mentioned, a tickle over 10,000 points in the preliminary round, 10,010. And we'll drop him down there at the northern end for around 60 seconds as we take a look at the replay here from Nicholas on his opening pass.
Yeah, very similar run to Corey, but he maybe not quite as quick as Corey, but he's still getting it done. I love this trick. Toe line 540. Magnificent. High scoring trick. Goes over the rope a couple of times here. This last one that Grant mentioned, maybe not going to be credit. That's a judge's call. You have to go over the, you've got to get height, but you've also got to go over the wake. You've got to go over the crest of the wake, and that's a judge's call there, but not quite so sure that Nicholas did. But that's a solid opening run for Nicholas Benetti from Italy. 10,000 plus score in the elimination round.
Beautiful backdrop here in Putrajaya, Glenn. We're around about 40 minutes outside of Kuala Lumpur by car, and it's about 20 minutes by train. Caught the train in there last Saturday. Beautiful infrastructure here in Kuala Lumpur and around Putrajaya as well.
We have a score through, Grant, for Adam Picos. It is 9,260. Hand run was 5,920. And the toe run 3,340. So you can see the probably did lose a little bit in hands, but really it was that toe run that lost them points. So you never know. 9,260. Probably not going to be a score that's going to see him on the podium, but we'll wait and see. As we watch Nicholas Bernati now from Italy. He's had a good first pass. Let's see if he can't back it up with an excellent hand pass here. A little bit choppy down that end, but as you get into the trick course, it definitely improves with that wave and wind break.
All right, here he comes, Nicholas Bernati from Italy. Second pass, his hand pass. He's going to need 2 stand-up passes if there's any chance of taking out this World Trick Championship.
Almost lost it there on the big back-to-back mode, but he's back on it here. 6 very good flips. There's a lot of points there. Over the rope he goes. He's finishing up with some ski lines. This is looking to be over 10,000 points again, I think, from Nicholas Bernati. Oh, just missed that last, was that going to be a wake line 5? He slaps the water. He's not happy. You know, that's a 500 odd point trick, that last one, but still, I still think that guy should be up around 10,000 points, I think, for Nicholas.
Yep, certainly be close. Just going down the ski line 5 to the front on the looked like it was his last trick, but started out nice and clean, a little bit wide there, coming through, but lovely front flip, front to back, and the reverse. Couple of ski lines to finish here, and we'll just notice at the end, just going down on that ski line 5 to the front, just getting caught up there, and was frustrated there, as you said, because that was a big point scoring trick for him.
I still think, though, that's going to get the lead. I think they'll get him ahead of Adam Picos, but he seems disappointed. Maybe that's because he possibly was heading towards PB territory if he got that last trick. I'm not sure. But I think that's a decent score. I reckon it could be up around 10,000 points for Nicholas Benetti. Now, folks, we have got the world record holder, Alexei Janashek. He is a 12, obviously, world record, 12,570 from memory. We don't have a profile for him. Alexei, come on, mate, we need you to fill out your world water skiers profile. But he is a world record holder, of course. I'm trying to remember what his world record is. It's getting up close. It's getting up over 10,500 points now. Sorry, 12,500 points. So he's an absolute ripper of a trick ski. He has got the best personal best in this event. Sometimes lacks a little bit of consistency standing up both runs, so we'll just have to wait and see. He goes for the big tricks, and that's what we love about him. But if this guy stands up both runs, it's almost impossible to beat him, Grant.
Yep, sure is. Not what he's looking for in the preliminary round. We wish him well as he comes in for his opening pass. World record holder, Alexei Zanasek from Belarus. As we wait for a score from Nicholas Bernati, we'll bring that to you as quickly as we possibly can, as soon as it becomes available. Hand pass coming up for the world record holder, Alexei Zanasek from Belarusia.
Starts with the flips. Be a back-to-back flip. And the reverse. He's getting it done. Big front flip from Alexei Janasek. Oh, he's got the mobe in there. This is great trick skiing. He's looking good. He's on fire at the moment. He's going to race the clock here, get as many ski lines as he can. This is gone for the big run here. Alexei Janasek racing the clock. That's a great opening hand pass. Sensational.
Unbelievable opening pass from Alexei Zanasek. Absolutely perfect. I think he squeezed just about everything out of that first pass, Glenn. He was on fire, looked really clean right from the start. And when you get a great start like that, it just builds and builds as the pass goes on. The confidence gets in. The endorphins come up as he gets down to the 15, 16 second mark. The arms start to burn, especially when you're on the hand tricks. And that was a great opening pass from Alexei Zanasek. Exactly what he was looking for. Didn't have that in the preliminary rounds. We watched the replay here. He looked so clean from the start here, Glenn.
Absolutely. A lot of high-scoring tricks here. The front flip. Back landing with a twist. Look at that. Did he go over the rope on that one, Grant? I can't even keep up here. I think that was the flip over the rope on... this is sensational. A lot of high-scoring tricks in there. And he did it quickly as well. It looked like it was all in time to me.
Yeah, I think that last ski line or so, the second last trick there should have been from the opposite side of the wake into the middle and then the ski line back going the other way. But such a talented guy as Alexei. He slipped them in on the other side of the wake, which was possibly enough. So we'll have to wait and see as we've got a score come through from Nicholas Bonatti from Italy, 9,910 points.
Yeah. So it's a good score, really good score from Nicholas, but I think that's why he probably slapped the water at the end, because that last ski line 5, he gets that. You know, that's another 400 odd points, 450 points. That gets him up around that 10-3, 10-4 mark. And if you do that, plus of course he had that toe line trick at the end of the run, first run, which possibly lost. So he probably missed out on maybe 800 points out there. He's left a little bit out there. So 9910 leads this event, Nicholas Bonatti from Italy. The world record holder though, Alexei Zanasek, he started well, the Belarusian. And good morning to all our Belarusian fans watching this webcast back there. And he's so focused. Look at him. He's just looks like he that steer could melt butter at the moment, couldn't it? He's cool. He is focused. He knows if he can stand up this run, he has got one hand on the gold medal, because he has that. He's got that little few more tricks that the rest of the world doesn't have, and he gets them through a little bit quicker as well. So is this Alexei Zanasek's year? Is this the year that he wins the title that he probably is overdue to win? He's been world record holder for quite a while, but he hasn't been winning the world champs. So we'll wait and see. He needs a stand-up toe pass here, and he really will send shutters through the rest of the field.
Alexei Zanasek from Belarus coming in for pass number 2. Rope on toe, needs a stand-up pass. Is there any chance of winning this World Trick Championship? Nice and clean so far.
He's getting it done, isn't he? Over the rope, toe line 5 is good. Oh, we've lost him. He's back on again. No, this is sensational. Put your hands here, Alexei Zanasek. Oh, has he done it? Has he just won the gold medal? We're going to have to wait and see. He's clapping. He knows it. If I'm in this final and I'm standing on that dock, I'm starting to get a little nervous, because when the world record holder goes out there and stands up both passes, Grant, that is a sensation. It's going to be a big score.
Yep, a great score there for Alexei Zanasek. We'll bring that to you as soon as we know it. Great stand-up tricking from the world record holder. He looked a little shaky in the preliminary round, but...
Here's the replay. Very quick toe 5 back. Couple of quick toe wake back-to-backs. Toe back-to-backs, a very quick toe 5 front. Toe wake go. It's all full credit at the moment. Toe wake line-o. Toe O for a toe wake line 5. This is pretty good tricking here. You could, high scoring tricks here to finish. Racing the clock. A little bit of a judge's call on that last toe line. You'd be pretty tough though to scrub it, I think. But this is good tricking here from Alexei Zanasek. He really has put the pressure on the rest of the skiers on the dock.
Yep. And it's to be expected in the final as well. Glenn, of course, so much experience from the Belarusian world record holder, and we'll wait for a score. Of course, our leader so far, Nicholas Bonatti from Italy with 9,910 points. Adam Picos, 9,260. Our next competitor from the United States, the independent, Russell Gay, the veteran in the competition. Of course, has tricked up over 11,000, I believe.
Actually 12,000.
12,000, yep. One of the competitors around the world that has tricked over 12,000. Let's see what he can do today. With a great preliminary round score of 10,140 points. It looks like he's going to start rope on toe as well for his first pass.
Yeah, he's one of only, I think there's still only 5 trickers, maybe 6 trickers have been over 12,000 points. Russell Gay, one of them. He's going to start with the toe 720. He's going to, because his daughter Anna is one of the favourites for the women's tricks titles, which will happen tomorrow. Russell there with the toe weight back to backs, going as quick as he can. Oh, geez, he loses way here, and he's lost some vital time, but at least he didn't fall. Over the rope he goes. Racing, oh, he's just stalling a little bit there. He's disappointed in himself. He's such a competitor, you know. He runs Grant. The guy, you see him at ski sites, he quite regularly runs 20 kilometres a day. He's so fit, and you can see he's disappointed there. He lost his way twice in that run, so he is going to lose time and points, even though he stood up the run. We'll see if we can see the replay soon. Russell Gay, rope on toe. Pass number 1.
Yeah, frustrating pass here for Russell. He just got out of sync around about the third of the way through here. So back to back and the reverse, and it's just not long after this. He just gets out of sync and then never really catches it back up. Right about here is when it starts to go all a little bit wrong for Russell there. And never quite caught his composure from then on, Glenn, and a frustrating opening pass for Russell, of course. The second of our independent athletes here this afternoon.
Adam, 926, sorry, let's see, 11230.
Never quite gained that composure all the way through, and just a toe wake go really to finish there, which was not the trick he was looking for. And
we have a score through though, a big score from Alexei Janasek, 11,230 points. I think judges might have taken that last toe trick, which whether it was out of time or whether he lost it, because I thought we might have seen a few more points out of Alexei. It's still a very good score though, 11,230. So he sets the early mark for the other trickers to chase. So the world record holder from Belarus, Alexei Janasek, leads this trick event.
Yep, we do have a leader well out in front. Alexei Zanasek, 11,230. Back to Nicholas Bernardi from Italy, 9,910. And then Adam Picos, 9,260. As we wait for Russell Gay from the United States to come back for pass number 2. Slight cross breeze for our athletes here in the trick event. But not too bad. Conditions have remained fairly consistent the last 4 or 5 days or so. Generally the breeze does come up a little bit after around about 11 o'clock. And then tends to die down a little bit after around sort of 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But ideal conditions here for the final of the men's trick event 2019 World Waterski Championships here in Putrajaya, Malaysia. This is Russell Gay coming back in for pass number 2.
Okay, so here we go. He's lost a lot of points in toe, but he'll want to finish. He's a perfectionist, Russell. He'll want to finish with a good showing here on hand. He's unlikely now, I think, to get on the podium. You never quite know. If he can get a big hand run, it's pretty to watch, isn't it? Back to front flip. Front flip looks good. Regular flip. Back landing. Back to back. Great stuff from Russell Gay. He's piling the points on here. Over the rope he goes. Bums the landing there. He's probably out of time, but he throws in something at the end. He's a little disappointed himself, but I'm looking forward to watching this run again. There's some really nice flips in this run.
Yeah, really clean pass there for Russell. A little frustrated at the end there, missing out on just a regular backflip, but all in all was a pretty good second pass. Of course, he wouldn't be frustrated at that. He'd be thinking back really towards his first pass where he just got out of sync, got out of timing, and never got it together. As we have a look at the replay here from World Waterskies of Russell's second pass. Nice clean front flip here. course, the all-important team event this afternoon also, Glenn, is hotting up. Russell not, of course, part of that being an independent tricker, but all of these scores from our athletes coming up will go towards that. A tight field in men's and women's overall, and also the overall team scores.
Yeah, well, of course, that's where we're heading now, isn't it? Into this, deep into this overall battle, because the next 3 skiers are in that overall battle. We have Adam Sedemeier up next, then Joel Pole, and then Dorian Llewellyn, and of course a little bit later on Martin Coleman. So those 4 guys have an opportunity to increase their overall score, as well as try and take out this men's trick title.
All right, skier up on the water, Adam Sedemeier from the Czech Republic. Tournament personal best of 11,520 points. He had 10,140 in the preliminary round. He comes in first pass, rope on toe.
Yeah, here he starts off with the toe 5 back. Currently sitting in second in overall to his fellow skier countryman Martin Coleman. Going pretty well here. This toe trick's just a little slower than, say, Adam or Alexei, but really clean tricking. Solid stuff. Adam Sedemeier.
Yeah, great opening pass from Adam Sedemeier from the Czech Republic. Of course, he is also in the slalom and jump final. One of the hot contenders in the men's overall, and a nice stand-up opening pass. Looked pretty clean, Glenn, as we wait for the replay to come up.
Yeah, I didn't notice any tricks that weren't credited here. This looks pretty good to me. Great super slow-mo shots. Thanks very much to our webcast team. Tom Gray, of course, his dad David here, and working hard. WorldWaterskiers.com bringing us the webcast. Great slow-mo action shots. Adam Sedemeier from the Czech Republic. Shout out, of course, to wife Alex, watching this at home, I'm sure, in Florida. It's getting pretty late back home in Florida, but I'm sure she'll be watching. Racing the clock here with the toe line tricks. Toe line 5 back. And the back-to-back to finish. We might have one more here. This is great tricking.
Yeah, nice and clean too. As you said, Glenn, I don't think he's missed anything there. It'll just all come down to timing, of course, whether everything is within the 20 seconds. As we'll wait for Adam to come back for his second pass. Athletes will be dropped for 60 seconds at the northern end. If they fall, they do get picked up and race down there for the same drop to ensure that conditions are absolutely identically the same for each of our trickers in the open men's trick final. If you've just joined us, this is our fifth competitor, I should say. We're waiting for a score to come through for Russell Gay, our leader so far. Alexei Zanasek from Belarusia, 11,230 points is your leader.
Got a score through for Russell Gay. It is 7,860 points. That is why the great man was a little disappointed. I guess he knew that it wasn't going to be a huge score. 7,860. Still leading, of course. Alexei Zanasek at 11,230. Adam Sedemeier now, as I said, he is slightly behind his countryman Martin Coleman in the overall. So let's have a look. He tricked 10,160 points. So if he gets gains even 40 points here in tricks, if he can get to 11,200 points, then he takes the lead off Martin Coleman in the overall. That's how close it is. Here he goes. Over the rope. He's going pretty well here. Getting it done. We'll be flipping now. Front flip is good as he piling on the points on. Racing the clock. Very clean tricking here from Adam Sedemeier. Back landing. Well done. He's happy.
Yeah.
Look at that. Put your hands together.
Oh, yeah. He's pumped. He knows exactly what that means for his overall score as well.
He's hitting the meshes to the dock as well. Great to see. Wow, look at that.
I'll be interested to see this replay here, Glenn, because he didn't start out quite as clean as what I thought he would, but as he went down through the pass, he got actual cleaner and cleaner as the tricks went on. Starting out with the all-important ski lines at first. And just about a third of the way in here, he just got a bit of a bobble up here on one of his ski lines. But a great pass here from Adam Saddlemeyer, as you said, so important for his overall score. Only 80 points the difference between the top 5 athletes in overall.
It's obviously going to be a big score. He certainly thinks it's big.
And it was around about here where he started to really clean things up a little.
Oh, look at that trick. That's tough, that trick. And the reverse.
Back to back, yeah.
Back to back with the twist.
Great tricking from Adam Saddlemeyer. We will wait for a score from him. Of course, our leader so far is Alexei Zarnasek, 11,230, and wasn't he pumped
at
the end of that? He was absolutely, might need some
excited.
ice down on the dock there for his left shoulder, Glenn. He was that
he just
fired
about
up.
threw it out, and be careful, Adam, because you've got finals and Slalom and jump to come. Don't throw your shoulder out on fist pump. Oh, that's great, though. Great moment in a sport. Good to see happy athletes out there. He's obviously tricked big here. He knows that he's tricked up over 11,000 points, so we'll wait and see what the score is. Okay.
And of course, another contender in the men's overall is Joel Poland from Great Britain. He's coming in rope on toe for his first pass. An extremely talented guy from GBR. And we wish him well as he comes in for pass number 1. Rope on toe, Joel Poland from Great Britain.
Yep, on toe here. Away a little bit from the boat on his first couple of tricks, but he's still playing. This guy's got the X factor, this young guy. There's something about him. He's only 20 years of age from Great Britain. Under 21 world overall champion 6 weeks ago in Canada, of course, at those world champs. But he just does things a little bit differently. Some of his flips are pretty unorthodox. Oh, geez, he falls in there on that line trick. He always lands a long way back on those toe line tricks, but that time was just too far back. We'll look at the replay. But this young guy, I think he's got a huge future in the sport. Yeah, lost his way a little bit here.
Yeah, a little slip up there, Glenn.
Sure,
I think it's going to cost him a few points.
Front there. So not perfect from Joel Poland, but he's getting back on track here. He's caught up in this overall battle because there's 5 skiers at the moment with a chance still in the overall. I did just hear a score for Adam Saddlemeyer, but I didn't hear it correctly, so I'm going to wait for it to be confirmed, and we'll have it as we watch the replay here for Joel Poland. Over the rope he goes. He is fighting the spray in his face. The back comes in to keep going on the toe line. Wow. Toe line 5 back. Toe line back to back. This last trick here he falls on. He's getting, look at his upper body is miles away from his foot, and he's just too far back. Sometimes he gets those, believe it or not, but he couldn't. So maybe not quite what he was looking for. Interesting here. We've got a score through for Adam Saddlemeyer. I'm not quite so sure why he was throwing the fist so much, but he's finished up with 10,160, which is a great score, but it's actually the same as what he tricked in the elimination round. So it's got him in second place at the moment, but it actually doesn't help his overall yet, Grant. Maybe he's missed something that he thought he got. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, little surprise in there for Adam Saddlemeyer. 10,160 points, identically the same score as he had in the preliminary round. So he has not moved himself so far any further ahead in regards to positions in overall. Exactly the same as preliminary round. 10,160 points. As we mentioned, only 80 points between the top 5 men's overall skiers. One of the contenders, of course, is from Great Britain here on the water, Joel Poland. A reasonable opening pass, probably missing 2 or 3 tricks there, I think, Glenn, right at the start on his second or third tricks, and missing, of course, a couple right at the end, or certainly one big point scoring trick.
Yeah, Joel tricked 10,230 in the preliminary round. That he tricked much better, though, on toe in the prelim round. He's going to need a really good hand pass here, an absolute blockbuster. Now, he does a couple of front flips that are a little bit different here, folks. He's not sure he's going to put them in today, but he's a magnificent flipper. He doesn't mind mixing it up a little bit.
All right, here he is, Joel Poland, under 21. world overall champion. Let's see what he can do on his second pass. Back to back and the reverse.
Ooh.
Oh, great flipping here from Joel Poland.
Yep, this is sensational. Those are high-scoring tricks, and he's done them quickly. Now he's got to beat the buzzer here with some ski lines. Big stuff here. Over the rope he goes. Can he get a last one in? He does. Couple of side slides. Little half-fist pump. It's a great hand pass, but I think he knows that he just missed the trick a little bit on toe, I think. So it's going to be a good score, but probably that toe run is just going to cost him a little bit, I think, Grant.
Yeah, he's pretty pumped as he finished that second pass. Matt Reaney, of course, in the boat. His release person was also pretty happy with Joel's second pass. We'll wait for a replay and, of course, the all-important score. Here it is. Some great flipping here from Joel. Absolutely amazing stuff. Current under-21 world overall champion and a big contender here in Putrajaya at the Open World Championships. The back-to-back there. And look at this one. Back to front. Over he goes. Amazing tricking from Joel Poland. First round score of 10,230. He will need more than that to increase his overall score.
Yeah, it's an excellent hand pass. I think he's probably lost a little bit too much out of his toes. We'll just have to wait and see. They're still leading this event. Alexei Janashek, 11,230. Second spot, Adam Sedemeyer, 10,160. And then in third at the moment with 9,910 is Nicholas Bernati. We should have Dorian Llewellyn any minute now. Co-commentator Jarrett Llewellyn, of course, will be releasing in the boat. And we're back live, folks. And Dorian Llewellyn, actually, he isn't one of the 5 within that 80 points in overall, Grant, but he actually still has a mathematical chance of winning the overall. I think he's sitting in 6th or 7th at the moment. He would need to increase his trick score by quite a margin, though. This is the only final that he's got. He didn't, unfortunately, he's real close to making the jump final, but missed out by 0.1 of a metre. So if he can just absolutely get through both runs here, probably just about needs to win the trick event. If he wins the trick event, he starts to get back into the reckoning in the overall.
All right, Dorian Llewellyn now. Rope on toe, first pass. Personal best of 10,840 points. Looking great so far. Toe we go. Moving towards the end. 2/3 of the way through so far. All important timing now for these last few tricks. And a nice opening pass for Dorian Llewellyn from Canada.
Yeah, that's really good. They're clean, quick. I can't see any issues with that pass. That's a really nice toe pass for Dorian Llewellyn.
As we mentioned here, personal best of 10,840 points. Disappointing to see him not into the men's jump final. Just missed out yesterday afternoon. But mathematically is still a possibility for the overall title, depending on this all-important second pass. Of course, this will be his last opportunity as we wait for a score, and we do have one for Joel Poland. Wow. 10,580 points.
Oh, it's sensational. It's better than I expected. Full credit to Joel. I thought he lost a fair bit in his toe run, but obviously not too much, because in toes he tricked 4,570. In hand, of course, his high-scoring hand runs, so 6,000 points in hand, 6,010, and he's increased his score in tricks. Increased his score by, just looking at it, he tricked, sorry, his scores
10,230 sorry, yep, 10,230 in the preliminary round, so increase that to 10,580.
So that probably brings him up, you know, that overall standing a couple of places.
Yeah, and of course he's in the men's jump final as well on Sunday, so
yeah, so currently in overall, he's currently sitting in 4th spot, Joel Poland. You know, that may have just moved him up to 2nd or 3rd with that trick score, so well done to Joel Poland. At the moment, he's sitting in 2nd spot as far as this trick event goes. Alexei Janashek still hangs on to the lead with 11,230. Dorian Llewellyn has his hand pass to come. He started really nice, so really clean on toe. We just see him coming out of the water here now, behind this magnificent Nautic towboat. Trick scores have been sensational at these Worlds. A lot of it has to do with that new Nautic. It is a magnificent trick weight because it's got the ballast system in the new Nautic now, so you can choose exactly how big your wake is, and it has the biggest trick wake in the business at the moment. Great to see Nautic still putting a lot of time and R&D into the trick event, into all three events. Here comes Dorian Llewellyn. He stands up his hand pass here. He could take the lead off Alexei Janacek, and he could bring himself back into reckoning in the overall.
All right, here he goes. Dorian Llewellyn, second pass. Beautiful flip there. Looking nice and confident and clean as he moves halfway through his second pass. Little bit of a bobble there. Come on, Dorian.
He's getting it done, though, isn't he? Lots of high-scoring stuff. Over the rope he goes. He's racing the clock. He's running out of time, but he's getting... That's a great run. Little fist pump. Oh, sensational. Dorian Llewellyn has stood up both passes. I've got a feeling, a sneaky suspicion here, he's going to be really close to Alexei Janacek. We'll wait and see. But has he taken the lead, folks? This is super close. Well done, Dorian Llewellyn.
Yep, our leader so far, 11,230. Dorian has a personal best of 10,840 points. Can he eclipse that and also move his more important overall score up as well? Great tricking from Dorian Llewellyn from Team Canada. Nice and pumped as well at the end of his second pass. So great to see the guys stand up. That's exactly what we want to see in a men's trick final, is stand-up passes.
Absolutely. We're going to France now. Independent skier, not actually on the French team, is a... Oh, we'll just watch the replay here before we have Alexandre Pitot out. This is a great run. This is super quick. Just cased the wake. That was his only little blemish, but it really didn't slow him down much. He cased the wake on that flip. Ski lines are great. Racing the clock. And great to see him happy. Looks across at the crowd. Sensational stuff, Dorian Llewellyn.
Yeah, other than that little clip on the wake, that was super, super clean from Dorian Llewellyn. So we'll wait for a score to come through for Dorian. Of course, as we said, our leader, 11,230. Back to Joel Poland from Great Britain, 10,580 points. And sitting back in third at the moment is from the Czech Republic, Adam Sadelmeyer with 10,160 points. Exactly what he scored in the preliminary round.
See our leaderboard up there on the webcast. That's our 6 scores in now, of course. We're still waiting on the score from Dorian Llewellyn. We have 5 competitors left in this men's trick final. This is Alexandre Pitot from France. He's an independent skier, not on the French team. He's a trick specialist. Tricked almost 11,000 points in elimination round. Bailed out of the toe wake back-to-back reverse there. I'm not sure. Going, oh, he's just losing a little bit of air trouble with his toe piece, I think, actually. Reaches down to adjust it. He's still going, though, and still getting high-scoring points. Oh, I don't know.
A couple of tricks there, I think, yeah. Glenn. Yep, definitely toe wake back-to-back reverse, and the last couple of tricks towards the end of the pass. So I did watch this guy in the preliminary round. He just seemed to get it done. There wasn't a lot of technique about it, but just he fights his way through. He's looking like he was doing exactly the same there, but unfortunately it just came a little unstuck right towards the end of his toe pass, missing a couple of tricks towards the end.
Okay, we have getting a score through for Dorian Llewellyn. We think we just heard one, and it was very, very close to Alexei Janacek, but we're just going to wait and confirm it when it comes up on live scores. I think I heard 11,210, which would put him just 20 points behind Alexei in the silver medal position, but we will confirm that 100% when it comes through on live scores. And there it is. Yes, Dorian Llewellyn, 11,210 points. That leaves Alexei Janacek in the lead and puts Dorian Llewellyn in second at the moment by a very, very slim margin. Just 20 points between those two.
Wow, what great tricking. A tournament personal best for Dorian Llewellyn, 11,210 points. The Canadians would be absolutely super excited about that. Will move Dorian up in the overall race as well, along with Team Canada, that all-important team trick score. So 11,210, 20 points behind the leader. 11,230, Alexei Zarnasek. So I'm sure there'll be some double checking of all of that at the end of the trick sheets.
Unofficial scores, of course, the trick sheets will be reviewed, although I don't think we've had, so far at these Worlds, there hasn't been too many trick sheets, trick scores change. They're always provisional, of course, at this stage, but I think the judges have been, and calculators have been very accurate so far. I can't think of too many scores that have been changed under review. Okay, it's interesting. One of the guys helping us here, David Gray, is just telling me that with Dorian's run, he had two tricks out of time actually as well, so it would have been huge if they had been in time. I'm not sure what they were, whether they were just side slides at the end of the run or whether they were actually big scoring tricks. I'm not sure. Back on the water now. Wasn't the greatest toe pass ever from Alexandre Pateau of France. Let's see how he goes on his hands.
He had a great score in the opening round, 10,910 points. As the Frenchman comes in for pass number 2. Looking great so far. Front flip there. Front to back. And the reverse. Nice and clean here from Alexander. Moves towards the end of his pass. The all-important 20 seconds, of course, to see if we can squeeze absolutely everything in. And it looks like he does as well, so well done. Great second pass from the Frenchman. We'll have to wait for the score there. I think those toe tricks may have cost him certainly a few hundred points, Glenn, but good second pass there for Alexander.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd look, because Dorian Llewellyn did lose a trick at either end of the run. One was a toe front, one was a regular front, so there's a little bit of points there, but I think probably most of our trickers that happens to along the way. They're just little, I think Jarrett Llewellyn calls them rubbish tricks, little rubbish tricks at the end, but that's just shows you there's 20 points at that stage. Dorian Llewellyn 20 points behind the leader, Alexei Zarnasek. So if one of those tricks, that toe front or the regular front, were in time, he would have the lead in this event at the moment. So we wait our next competitor, of course, Martin Coleman, and he was the current leader in the overall. We're getting down to the last 4 trickers at the moment. Leading the tricks is Alexei Zarnasek, 11,230. Dorian Llewellyn's in second, 11,210. And Joel Poland, 10,580, is in third. Still 4 trickers to come, and of course 5 trick scores to come through.
Right, Martin Coleman, our next athlete. 4 athletes to come in the Open Men's Trick Final. Martin Coleman from the Czech Republic, Pierre Ballon from France, Pato Font from Mexico, and Danielo Felchenko, our leader after preliminary round at 11,620 points. It still has not been eclipsed as yet in the final. Our leader is Alexei Zarnasek at 11,230. Looking at the World Waterski's profile for Martin Coleman. Tournament personal best of 11,840 points. Let's see what he can do here as he comes in off the start dot. Les Todd is our driver behind the mighty Ski Nautique towboat.
Yeah, so Martin Coleman, the current leader in the men's overall for the 2019 IWWF World Championships. He'll be looking to increase that lead by increasing his trick score. He's 10,910 in the prelim, so he is capable of another 1,000 points. Let's see if he can pick them up here in this round of tricks. Looks to be going pretty well at the moment. He's very quick on toe, just piles through the points. Over the rope to finish off here, a bunch of ski lines. Very difficult, these ski lines, but he makes them look easy. Great stuff. That's a great run. Really good toe tricking. As good as we've seen.
That's as clean as you like, Glenn.
Yeah.
I love those surface toes. How quick he was through the mid part of that toe pass was incredible. All of his toe wake tricks were absolutely clean as well. I don't think he missed out on anything in there. It'll all come down to, of course, timing, but great opening pass from Martin Coleman. Of course, he is a leader in the overall event at the moment. Joel Poland has improved his score a little bit with an increase of his trick final score of 10,580 points. Adam Saddlemeyer, exactly the same score as his preliminary round at 10,160. So he would stay the same. And the first round score for Martin Coleman was 11,050 points. But that pass there, Glenn, looked absolutely picture perfect from Martin Coleman.
Very clean, very quick and very clean. High scoring run. Score through now for Alexander Pateau. It's a good one actually, 10,910. 10,910. That puts him at a third spot at the moment. Gets ahead of Joel Poland. So that's our top three at the moment. Still Alexei Janashek, 11,230. Dorian Llewellyn in second with 11,210. And Alexander Pateau from France, 10,910.
So just ticked after midday here in Kuala Lumpur. This is the Open Men's Trick Final of 2019 IWWF World Waterski Championships. Martin Coleman, current leader in the men's overall race as well. Only 80 points separates the top five. And in tricking terms, that's only around about 900 points. So Martin will be looking to put a higher score out than he did in the preliminary round, 11,050 points. He had, of course, our leader so far, Alexei Zanasek, at 11,230. So the cream really rising to the top here, Glenn.
Absolutely.
Exactly what happened in the women's slalom final a little bit earlier. If you weren't with us, Manon Costard took out the title from Regina Jacquis from the United States in a runoff. And she was just a great competitor here all weekend, wasn't she, Manon? She actually looked the best of all of our women's slalom skiers and took out the title for France. Here he comes in now. Martin Coleman from the Czech Republic coming in for an all-important pass number 2.
Yeah, like I said earlier, if he can increase his trick score up near his personal best, he really starts to cement home his world overall lead. He's leading at the moment in the world overall race. Looking good so far. Really good, clean tricking, super fast. Back to back.
Wow.
Mobe flip there. Oh, ski lines are great. Look at him go. From the Czech Republic, Martin Coleman. Oh, such a shame. Just falls on that last trick. His fists are up though. He's happy. It's a good score, really good score. I got a feeling maybe that last trick's maybe out of time right at the end anyway, but really good run here from Martin Coleman.
Yeah, super pass from Martin Coleman. He knew how important this was to his overall score as well. As we have a look at the replay from World Waterskiers from the northern end. Look nice and clean here right from the start. Back to back there, opening up, and the reverse. A little bit of late on the landing there, but a front flip. Front to back, and the reverse there again. Looking super confident, clean here. Ski line 5 to the back, to the front, and right towards the end there, getting nice and tired, going for the 7, but not quite sure, as you said, whether that's going to be in time, Glenn. But the fists went up.
He was happy.
He was very happy. So we'll have to wait for a score from Martin Coleman. Of course, first round score 11,050.
So he knows what the lead score is at the moment. He knows what his run's worth. So, you know, the fact that he throws the double fist suggests to me that he's there or thereabouts. There's our leaderboard at the moment. Top 3, Alexei Janashek, Dorian Llewellyn and Alexander Pateau at the moment.
So 3 competitors to come in the final of the men's tricks. Pierre Ballon from France, Patricio Font from Mexico, and Danielo Filchenko from the Ukraine. Had the top score at 11,620 points. course, the veteran Pierre Ballon coming in, had a great opening round score of 11,110. Super talent from France. Good morning or early morning for everybody who's watching back in Europe, in particularly in France. This is your man, Pierre Ballon, coming in row-ponto for pass number 1.
Looks like he'll start with the toe 5 back. Straight into the toe back-to-backs. Very quick surface turns here. Over the rope he goes. Oh, sensational. Really good line tricks. Last stuff. Oh, he's throwing them in. How does he do that?
Wow, what a great opening pass, Glenn.
Sensational. You know, full credit to the release person as well for not letting him go, but the strength in those legs. He must have the longest groin, I think, in world water skiing. Stretched right out from years of landing those toe tricks like that. But that's absolutely sensational from Pierre Ballon of France.
Yeah, great opening pass. His head and shoulders are way outside of the centre of his gravity on those last few tricks there. Incredible effort from Pierre. If we have a look at the World Water Skiers replay here, live on site on the big screen, and everyone around the world. Third last competitor in the trick final here. Oh, great tricking from Pierre Ballon. Look at that.
Look at that. Okay, we have a score coming through from Martin Coleman. And I think I heard it rightly. This is sensational, folks, because he has taken the lead. If my ears aren't let me down, 11,250. And that is correct. Martin Coleman has taken the lead in this event. The top 3 at the moment are separated by just 40 points. Martin Coleman, 11,250. Lexi Zarnashek, 11,230. And Dorian Llewellyn, 11,210.
Wow, what amazing tricking. That's exactly what we want to see at a World Championship final, is a nice tight finish. 11,250 come through for Martin Coleman from the Czech Republic. Of course, that will improve his overall score as well. 11,050 in the first round, so moving up 200 points. Of course, 2 competitors to come after Pierre Ballon. Patricio Font from Mexico, the Ukrainian Danielo Felchenko, who was our leader after the first round with 11,620 points. So if he was to score that, he would certainly take out a medal so far, but we'll have to wait and see. We've got Pierre Ballon, great opening pass. As we'll drop down the northern end for exactly 60 seconds.
That was a very high-scoring toe pass, I think, from Pierre Ballon. I'm going to say one of the highest-scoring toe passes we've seen here today. Really good stuff. Although, if you look at Martin Coleman's toe pass, it was just a shade under 5,000, which obviously is a pretty good effort from Martin Coleman as well. But really good on those, really quick and really good on those toe line tricks, Pierre Ballon.
Yeah, he looks fired up here, Pierre Ballon. I can't wait to see this second pass from the Frenchman. Great hand tricker as well. Super opening toe pass. Let's see what he's got here for pass number 2. All important men's trick final 2019 World Waterski Championships.
And here he goes. This will be a positional back. The time will start now. Back-to-back flip. Reverse. Front flip is good. Does he have a second front flip? No, he doesn't. Quick edge change and into a flip so quickly. Nice and clean on the landing. That's an interesting way of doing these ski lines. But he's still going, folks. Throwing the points in. Finishes with a big mo because over the rope he goes. This is a great run. Pierre Ballon, the Frenchman. The fist goes up. Oh, is that a gold medal winning run? We'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of points in that run, Grant Bonnet. Sensational.
Yeah, great run here from Pierre. Christophe with the coach in the boat as well, coming off a win in women's slalom. Has he got one here in men's tricks as well from Pierre Ballon? Great clean tricking right from the start here on his hands. Little bit of a hiccup, I reckon, about 2/3 of the way through there. That might have cost him a few points, Glenn. We'll see it as we go through here in the World Water Skiers replay. But gee whiz, didn't he look confident? And that's what you need in a final here at a World Championship.
Yeah, I don't think he's meant to go outside the wake here.
Yeah, I think that's where I was going to say. He just got a little bit ticked up there. This should have been from the center of the boat all the way out to the outside wake. So we'll just have to wait and see if that does cost him any points towards the end there. But the big mobe catches the handle nicely.
Right over the top of the white buoy there at the end. Fist goes up. He's happy. It's a big score from the Frenchman. We're going to have to wait and see, but he's certainly given it the big hee-ho on the fist pump. So he reckons he might have won it. We'll have to wait and see. We've got Putrajaya Font up next. And then our last competitor, of course, Danilo Felchenko. So we're right down to the business end now in this men's strict final.
Yep, and of course a great score from Pierre will of course do no harm to the French team overall score, currently sitting in second behind Canada. Great tricking from Pierre Ballon as we wait for the Mexican Patricio Font to come in, the second last competitor in the men's trick final. A rope on toe.
He's an absolute superstar, of course, two-time world junior trick champion, multiple junior trick record holder as well. Increased that record quite a bit. Very clean stuff here as he goes. Toe back to backs are good. Toe back to backs. Toe 5 front. Over the rope he goes. Very clean tricking. Maybe not quite the spray and the sensation that Pierre Ballon is, but he's doing the same tricks and actually doing them cleaner. Beautiful stuff, a little half fist pump, half the job's done. Patricio Font starts well. The Mexican heads down to the northern end. He'll change his skis and his rope and he will be on with the hands very shortly.
Yep, great opening pass there from Pato Font from Mexico. One of the huge favourites here at the 2019 World Waterski Championships trick final. Has a personal best of 11,470 points. And these toes look nice and clean here, Glenn.
Oh, folks, we've got a new leader. We watched the end of this run here, but Pierre Ballon has scored 11,550 points and takes the lead in the men's trick final. So that means that relegates Dorian Llewellyn off the podium, unfortunately, Dorian. But 11,550 points. Pierre Ballon of France has the top score at the moment. Martin Coleman's in second with 11,250. Alexei Janishek, the world record holder, in third with 11,230.
Well, it's early over in France, Glenn, but you'd think that the wet might be popping already from the French, as that is a great score from Pierre Ballon, 11,550 points. He is our new leader. It's tightening up. Martin Coleman, 11,250. Of course, Pato Font from Mexico has one pass to come. Wow, what a performance from Pierre Ballon. Ideal conditions here for the men's trick final. Just gone past 12 in the afternoon here, as the grandstands are starting to fill up here as well. A beautiful stadium scene here for all of our athletes to showcase their talents. Lots of media here, down here in Malaysia as well. Of course, they've got their superstar tricker Aliyah Hanifa in the women's trick final. As we wait now for Patricio Font, second last competitor in the men's trick final. He will need more than 11,550 points, Glenn, to push his way in to first place. Here he comes.
Of course, he can do that. His PB is just a shade over that. It's going to need a really good stand-up run here, though. Absolutely. If he stands up the whole way, he will be in the hunt for the gold medal. The young Mexican, of course, resides now in Orlando. Back-to-back flip to start. Reverse. Oh, I love those front flips from the back. Sensational stuff. He's beating the clock here at the moment. He's looking so good, isn't he? Patricio Font from Mexico over the rope. Couple of ski line fives. This is great tricking. Oh, I expect a big fist pump here at the end. Oh, look at him go. Put your hands together. Putrajaya Font pumps the chest. He has done it, has he? He seems to think so. Maybe he's taking the lead off Pierre Balloon. We'll have to wait and see. Mexico v France at the moment in this men's trick final.
Wow, wow, what great tricking from Putrajaya Font from Mexico. As we have a look at the replay, 2 stand-up passes, and all important that he does that on the second pass. Back to front flip here. Absolutely amazing tricking from Putrajaya Font. And he was super pumped at the end, Glenn. He knows exactly what he needs. Has a personal best of 11,470. He's going to need more than that to take the lead here in the men's trick final. Of course, Dad Sergio in the boat, a great tricker in his own right, superstar in Mexico, and his son coming out here and putting it all on the line here in the men's trick final.
Wow, that's sensational tricking. Really good trick skiing from this guy. I've got a feeling he may have taken the lead. We're going to have to wait and see. Just love the reaction at the end. He looks to the crowd. He says, have a look at me.
Well, that's what you compete for, Glenn, isn't it? 2 years to get here. That's exactly why these guys compete. To have that feeling at the end of a pass or an end of a slalom pass and a performance that you've done your absolute best and couldn't done any more. And that's exactly what he would have done out there, Putrajaya Font. So no matter what the score comes in, he knows he's gone out there and performed magnificently well.
Well, we've got the last competitor in this men's trick final, Danilo Filchenko from the Ukraine, former world junior trick champion. Trick champion, of course, under 21 worlds in Canada 6 weeks ago. Tricked a PB and a Ukrainian record to qualify for this final, of course, a couple of days ago. 11,620, that's a new Ukrainian trick record. Pressure's on him, of course, last off the dock. Actually, I think he's the only tricker to have started with his hand pass in this final. Not sure if I can read much into that. Here we go. Danilo Filchenko from the Ukraine. Going pretty well here at the moment. Great stuff. He's piling on the points. Ski lines look good. Racing the clock. Oh, this is magnificent. Oh, he misses going over the rope there and gets himself in trouble. Jeez, it's tough. He was having such a good run, and it just all fell to bits on him at the very end, Grant. We'll see the replay. But loses vital points because I don't think he went over the rope on one of those last ski lines. Yeah,
this is our leader from the preliminary round. Last competitor in men's trick final, Danilo Filchenko from Ukraine. Whoa, a score through for Pato Font, 11,740 points.
Wow.
11,740 points. There is your new leader from Mexico, folks. And will he be the new world trick champion?
Well, the only one that can stop him now is the man on the water, Danilo Filchenko. So we're finally going to find out who the greatest country on earth is. Is it Mexico or is it the Ukraine? Who is the greatest country in the world? And we're watching this. Just watch the end of this run here, Grant. This last ski line trick, I don't think he went over the rope. No, he didn't. And that's going to cost him a lot of points. Really, and to be fair, to be honest, he's going to have to trick another PB to win this title, because yesterday, 2 days ago, 11,620 was a personal best and a Ukrainian record. So the fact he's missed going over the rope there, this is starting to look like a Mexican victory here for Putrajaya Font in this men's trick final.
Yep, it certainly does. I think the Ukrainian's going to have his work cut out for him here. Preliminary round score 11,620. That would not be enough, even if he stood up again here, because we've got a new leader from Mexico, folks. Putrajaya Font. He looks like being the red-hot favourite to take out the men's trick final here for 2019. Friends and family back in Mexico, they must be going wild at the moment, Glenn.
Absolutely.
I know his immediate family here, but I know all of the family will be watching on back in Mexico. A big hello to them and all of our friends in South America.
So really successful at junior level, Putrajaya, but I'm pretty sure if he wins this, will be his first open gold medal. And Mexico's a great water skiing nation, but thinking about it, it's probably not been a heck of a lot of times they've taken a gold at an Open Worlds.
No, I'd venture to say this very well could be the first, if not the first from Mexico. But let's wait and see. One more pass from Danilo Fenchenko from Ukraine. It'll be his toe pass. Let's wait and see what he can do. The leader, 11,740 from Mexico, Pato Font.
So it will be the Ukraine or Mexico to win the men's tricks. We'll know in just a little over 20 seconds. Danilo Felchenko from the Ukraine. Rope on toe. Here we go, starts pretty nicely here. Very similar, a lot of these guys, aren't they? The first few tricks in their run. It's going pretty well at the moment. Toe lines going well. Hikes, big points on there. Going pretty well. Oh, no, he's fallen, he's gone. And Patricio Font, I think, will win the gold medal, ladies and gentlemen. We will take the gold to Mexico. I think Pierre Ballon from France will get the silver with his 11,550. And Martin Coleman, we won't know exactly for a little while, but Martin Coleman will probably get the bronze medal, because I don't think we'll have enough points here from the Ukrainian competitor to get him on the podium.
Lots of amazing happy scenes down here, Glenn, with the Mexicans. Patricio Font looking like he's going to take out the World Trick Championship for 2019 with 11,740 points. As we take a look at this replay, Glenn, never looked quite as comfortable as what he did in the preliminary round, Danilo Felchenko, and had a fall towards both the end of his first and second passes here. So the gold medal may look like going all the way to Mexico for the very first time, and what an amazing thing that will be for Mexican water skiing and the work that all the Font family have put in.
We're going to hang around and wait. We won't go off here until we've got the trick score for Danilo Felchenko, but I think everyone watching knows it's not going to be enough to beat Patricio Font. So I think Patricio Font a very good chance of a gold. Now don't forget, folks, we have a medal ceremony coming up pretty much now, actually. It will be delayed, I guess, a bit. It was meant to be now, but I guess we can't give out the medals for the men's tricks until the trick sheets have been reviewed. So we are running a little bit behind. I presume they will still do the medal ceremony before they do the ladies jump, though. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay here before we start. We were meant to start ladies jump at 1 p.m. I've got a feeling it might be a little bit later, maybe 15 minutes past or something like that. We'll let you know once we know. We are not going off here, though, folks, until we get the trick score through for our Ukrainian competitor. We're going to have a look at the scoreboard soon on the webcast. Thanks very much to Grant Barnett for joining me in expert comments. Once we get this trick score through, we'll go off air for probably 20 minutes or so. We've got a medal ceremony here on site, and then when we come back, we've got ladies seed 1 of jump preliminary round to finish. And of course, actually I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be joined in commentary, expert comments from Emma Haberman, of course, from Queensland, former world jump champion in women's herself, so we look forward to that. So just waiting on that score for Danilo Felchenko, because I need to announce the winners, the podium. And for those on site, not too far away, we're going to have a medal ceremony, ladies slalom and men's tricks. Waiting for the score to come through, anticipation. Okay, folks, I'm still here. I'm still waiting for Danielo's trick score. We still cannot quite confirm our podium in men's tricks, although I think everyone on site probably knows where this is headed. Mexico, it's a rare thing for Mexico to get an open world's gold. I'm not sure they've done it before. They may have back in the distant past, but this is a big moment for the great country of Mexico, I believe. I think France and Pierre Ballon will get the silver and Martin Coleman will get the bronze, but we don't know for sure yet. We are waiting for those scores to come through. Okay, folks, we've got a score through for Danilo Felchenko now. It is 10,360 points. So I can now confirm that Patricio Font of Mexico takes the gold in the men's tricks, 11,740. Pierre Balloon will take silver, 11,550. Martin Coleman will get the bronze with 11,250. There is, of course, a trick sheet review happening at the tower below us, so these are not official just yet. The skiers will get to look at the sheets. Very hard to see Patricio Font being knocked off the top, even if the judges have got something wrong, but maybe those minor placings, it's pretty close. But congratulations, Patricio Font, gold medal in the men's tricks. We're going to go off air, folks. We'll be back on in probably, I'm going to say half an hour if I had best guess. Half an hour with the ladies jump seed 1 elimination round.